The fools of today know nothing of the mysteries of the past. They walk down streets built upon the bones of fallen empires that gave them their technology, their magic, the very blood that courses through their veins. Great empires once ruled all around. The first occurred when man was just a scavenger. They were the Salas, snake men as the ignorant call them today. Their magic was strong, but dark, and connected to the foul Outer Gods. This connection would be their downfall as the Outer Gods charge a steep price for their knowledge. In the end, their dealings brought a cataclysm down upon Ura that nearly destroyed all life. What remained clawed slowly out of the devastation and began to rebuild. As they did, they found the remnants of the Salas. They discovered their cities, science and magic, even some of their experiments. They took the magic as their own, swearing not to abuse it as the reptilians had, as if they could resist the allure of its power. They might have sworn off worship to the Outer Gods, but they were playing with the same fire. They called this the Age of Wonder, and the imbeciles still look back upon it with their stories of fables and romance. True, there was more magic, science, and prosperity then, probably more than at any other time before or since. They were as ignorant as the fools today. Their meddling led to the weakening of the weave between the worlds, and through this weakened weave, the Celestians were able to emerge. The Gilded Ones, with their beauty and perfection, soon took control of everything, and then began fighting amongst themselves and using man as their pawns. Eventually, those who fought against them closed the hole between the worlds, cutting them off from the power that made them godlike. Overnight, they went from being gods to merely powerful mortals. Mortals that could be killed. The last of the most recent follies from man was the unenlightened glory of Rozar. The greatest of man's empires, it stretched farther and more significant than any man's nations throughout history. The fools of Rozar believed themselves superior to all, and they pushed against all other races. They thought if they could force them into the worst corners of the world, or even exterminate them, they would have harmony and a perfect world. Little did the Daleks realize that man is his own worst enemy, and the Empire crumbles before even 1,000 years have passed. Now Ura is a fractured land divided up between rival nations, dark magic, and the worshipping of foul gods is once more on the rise as the lessons of the past have all been forgotten. Now these fools will bring down the same calamities as their ancestors. And my fellows and I will watch and laugh. Oh, how we'll laugh.
I love Fibo, and he's one of my favorites.
Yeah, that would be pretty awesome. Hey, guess what, guys? We're live. Oh, everybody!
We're there already?
Yeah, we're up. We're live. There it is. Hi.
I should probably pull up Twitch and say hi to everybody.
You should. That's part of the deal. That's half the reason people don't come here to see me or see this game. They come to.
Some of them do.
Yeah. My mom doesn't know how to do technology, so I know that's not true. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Tales of a Savage Land.
They heard that, right?
8. Oh, God, yes. You got me frightened there for a second. I had to take a look.
Gosh darn, spooked him.
Now I'm paranoid. Now I have to actually go to Twitch. Okay, all right, I got the echo. Okay, cool. Thank God. It doesn't take much. You know what the best one was? Is that one time when we came back from a break and Melenre was like, can't hear you. And I was like, oh my God. And she didn't do it right away either. She did like a pro. She waited a couple heartbeats. And then she was just kidding. Oh, that was so good. Hey, everybody. How's it going? Yeah, that one was great. I loved it. I absolutely loved it when she got me. She got me good, too, because I'm so easy for that sort of stuff. Anyway, yes, and this is episode 8 of Tales of Savage Land. How about that? That's crazy. We got
Hard
some.
to believe.
We got
Those are my beeps. I think I've got
you got what? Is R2D2 there with you? Yep.
R2, D2.
Dude, I'm jealous if you got R. I always wanted to have one of those R2D2 little like refrigerators. That would have been like so cool. I would have loved that. And and you're gonna have to. I finally got everything set with the restream. I'm not gonna mess with it tonight, but I'm gonna pick your brain on that, Dylan. But anyway, let's get into this fine show, and let's start off with some introductions. I don't think I've picked on Jonathan going first in a minute, so let's
been a
start.
while.
Yeah, so let's start off with Jonathan. Go ahead and introduce yourself to everybody, sir.
Hello, my name is Jonathan, and I'm playing Brian. He is a spear-wielding good guy. Classic good guy. That's it. Nothing special.
Yeah, he's everybody's favorite. Yep.
I don't know about that.
Well,
We're all pretty good.
we're going to take a poll someday. Not yet.
Yeah,
But someday we'll take a poll.
End of campaign superlatives, right?
Oh, that's great. No doubt.
Oh gosh.
We can do it when it's all said and done. We'll do a master poll. Whoever wins in popularity can rub it in everybody else's faces.
My favorite prize.
Right? And then you
And
know
I won't win because
You
I'm
don't
going
know.
up against someone like Brian.
Whatever, man. We're all ever.
Never
We all have moments.
never underestimate the power of bribery. I'm just
Yeah,
throw
fair
that
enough.
out there.
I was honestly
Funny.
anticipating having more than one character before this was all over.
You know,
I figured it would have died by now.
It might happen. Let's put it this way. I'm gonna clue the audience in. I know we'll get back to the introductions here in a second. I'm gonna clue everybody in. See, when you streaming is a different beast than normal role playing. When you're sitting around a table and things along these lines. When you're streaming, it's not advantageous to kill off the characters on a regular basis because
What fun is that?
Exactly. See, it's like with a TV show or a movie, you want to root for them. So it kind of goes against some of the ingrained things of role playing, like me being a game master / dungeon master, what have you. Love killing characters. You know, it's ingrained in us. It's just how we are.
AD&D, man. AD&D. That's what it was all about.
You know what? I gotta say, okay, I ran an adventure. It was an old module adventure at the end of Bandits. They were actually in White Plume Mountain. I don't know if anybody knows what that is.
A volcano?
Yeah, it's an old D&D adventure, and I had to. A lot of times I would preempt stuff, and I was like, hey. Keep in mind, this is an old school adventure, and old school adventures would just straight up kill a guy. They didn't pull no punches or anything like that. There was no hand holding back in those days, and I have no idea where I was going with that. But there's a little tidbit of I have no idea where I was going with that.
Well, here, let me help you out. Did you watch the Stephen Colbert playing D&D thing?
No, I have not as of yet. It's in my queue though.
It's definitely worth the watch. It's only an hour long. Matt Mercer's good as usual. It's very, sappy, warm, good for Red Nose Day. But Stephen Colbert plays like a guy who has lost a lot of character.
Well, yeah, because he's a grognard. Steve's old
Right.
school like that. He
That
remembers
dude
those.
plays with a paranoia that only comes with decades behind the dice.
Yes.
Seriously.
And okay, I'm going to give you all an example. Okay, so we're going to be doing Ghosts of Saltmarsh here. Starting June 11th. And in Saltmarsh, okay, there is this plays right into the old school mentality. There's a part where you come across this dead knight, right? And this knight, it's got like plate mail armor on. It's got like a lot of goodies to make the players go, holy crap, we need to loot this guy. We're going to roll him. We're going to get his stuff. Now, it's infested with rot grubs. Now, this is an old monster, and basically what happens is if you come in contact with them, there's a roll to hit, and if they succeed and they hit you, here comes the old school part, well, they're inside of you. And the only way really to get rid of them is you have to, one, apply fire directly to the site in which they went in, causing X amount of damage, or cut off
Cut it
that
off the
limb. And you only get a limited amount of time to do this before they burrow to your heart and they kill you.
Well, shit.
There is no con save for this. They rolled, they hit, you're going down.
Oh.
God, I miss the old school.
I know, right? That's so such a good.
Instant kill, like instant
You,
kill
uh,
events. What are
Oh,
those?
Yeah,
That
there
is
were
crazy.
so
You
many.
posted the picture of the gelatinous cube,
Yes. Oh, that's a
and nobody realizes how dangerous that fucking thing is. The gelatinous cube was the bane of my existence for I think my junior year in high school.
Of course, as it should be. Oh, hey, by the way, we are playing a game here. Hold on, let's get back.
Oh,
to
right.
it.
We should probably do that.
Okay, so we've introduced Jonathan.
One
so,
person.
Brian,
Over here we got Uncle Tony. Why don't you? Since we're gonna go to you, man.
I'm chatty tonight. I don't know. I'm drinking. I got a lot of
Good.
caffeine in me. Yeah.
Your
So hi
caffeine.
everybody. I'm Uncle Tony. I'm playing Joplin, and Joplin has a sister, and this sister, if you haven't been paying attention, is sweet on Brian.
That's true. I almost forgot about that.
Don't forget about that because it's one of my favorite side stories in this whole thing.
Horrible.
Trust me,
I can tell he loves it.
I
He
have
loves it.
not forgot about that. Are you done?
Yeah.
All right, cool. All right, so all right.
right.
Next, we're gonna go with Dylan. And
Oh, hey.
yeah, there you go.
Hey guys, Dylan Trahan, Villain Trahan on Twitch, Dylan Trahan everywhere else. It's become my tagline for this intro. I play Phoenix, punch stuff, and I play instruments. And there's more to me, and you can find out by watching the rest of the stream.
There you go.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Okay, and Ari,
That's me.
Grace.
The
Yeah.
one that's left.
Well,
The
yeah.
least favorite. Just kidding.
I went with you first last week.
I know. I'm just giving you shit.
I got to give
Um,
all my kids equal amount of love.
Aw.
Seems fake. Okay.
It is.
So,
Definitely not a parent.
Yeah.
to at least multiple children, right?
Yeah, no doubt.
So I play Ari. She's a magic user, sorceress. She is not one that you want to cross on a bad day of hers, or a normal day for that matter.
Yeah, pretty much. Okay, well, that's about that. I am going to preempt this episode. Now, when we have the entry, entry, I guess it is the entry video, right? The beginning video. We do flash that this is a rated R stream. And I'm just going to throw this out here again. We will probably delve into some of the reasons why that is a rated R. We're a rated R stream tonight. So there
Wow.
might be some things that come up tonight that might
I'm ready
be
for it.
I just hope it's violence.
a
Please
little-
let it be violence.
Okay, so anyway, also too, if you guys want to help support, you can go ahead. Now the bit tracker, the way I have the bit tracker set up, it is the goal has it to it's got a 2,000 mark, but every 1,000 bits that we get. All of the players get what we call persistent bennies. Now, these are bennies that they carry over from the game to game. It's not like a traditional Savage Worlds benny where you got to use it or lose it before the game's over. Okay.
Brian, Jonathan, rather, called them a penny last week.
Yes.
Yes.
No, I think that was Joplin, right? No, I would have come up with that.
Yes. Yeah, it was. So,
I don't.
But-
Uncertain origins.
yeah.
Exactly.
But
He came up with
there you go. We as a team, the collective.
Team.
So if you want to help support the characters here, and I will say Malenre has been spot on with it, and they have come in handy. especially in some of the earlier adventures. You guys got them just when you needed them from the audience. So, also too, here we do not. You're never gonna. I prefer the role playing. We're here to entertain and give you a good show. If you want to support in any kind of way, we're not going to try and get you to fork out money for us to name an NPC. I always go back to that, but it's still always my favorite example. But if you want to support, you can go down below, and there's a donate button. If you just want to throw cash at us, we're always good with that. But also too, you can get T-shirts to show your love of Wicked Studios and our games. And another reason I'm bringing it up is down below is the Tales of a Savage Land. The first Tales of a Savage Land T-shirt is up there. Did you guys see that?
I did see that.
Yeah, it looks nice, doesn't it?
I saw it in our Discord channel.
Yeah.
which is a seamless segue to if you want to stay connected to everything that we're doing, there is a Discord channel for Wicked Studios LLC. The link is down below as well. You can click that; it'll take you there, and you can get registered, and you can be a part of the community, and you can yell at us and tell us what we've done wrong and what we could do right, and talk about what you had for lunch, if you so desire. So, all right. Anybody got anything else, or any great groovy stories? Did you get carded again at Walmart or anything like that, Tony?
No, but the whole world ended today.
Oh, good.
Man, I didn't even pay attention.
There was something. Well, hang on. No, I got like 100 text messages from my wife. Disaster. It's awful. It's terrible. Things are.
No, look at Lord Gasumba throwing it out there. Woo. Guess what?
I was completely wrong about that. Thank you, Lord Gosuma.
Yeah, not to cut you off, Tony, because I'm sure whatever you're saying was gold. But you guys all just got a persistent. You guys just got a persistent Benny.
There we go.
Oh,
there it is. Yes.
I have to adjust. I shouldn't have written my tally in pen. I mean, it should be a general rule for tallies, but
yes. And I should probably throw out, since Lord Gasumba is on right now, and if you don't know who Lord Gasumba is, you've been under a rock. He's a very extremely important and influential person in the Greyhawk and gaming community. You hearing all that, Jay? I'm trying to embarrass you. Hold on, now I'm bringing it up. He's probably the most handsome man on Twitch as well. We'll go with that one. But I will actually be, and I'll cover this again at the evening. This Saturday, I'm going to be having a guest appearance on their. Yeah, I'll butter you up, Jay. I'll be guest appearancing on their 5th edition. Brian is going to be hosting, and now Brian's your / producer for Thursday nights, right, Jay? Yeah, 8 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time will be. I'll be over there, and you'll get to see me as a player if you so want. And that's on. It's the same, Lord Gasumba. It's the same. The name is the same as the channel that you can find on Twitch. And if you dig Greyhawk old school D&D and miniature stuff, you definitely need to go over there and follow and subscribe. For sure. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right. So with all that having been said and enough silliness, I'm sure everybody would like us to actually play a game at some point tonight. So let's go into the recap. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, and that's right. This game that's going to be on this Saturday, this is the 5e game that will be over on Lord Gasumba's channel this time. But the normal game, the one it's on, it's Thursday nights. For some reason, I'm already forgetting. Right, Jay? It's on Thursdays. I think it is. If he says different in the chat, then I'll say differently. So, all right. So let's go over with the recap. Yeah, I think it's Thursdays. Yeah, for some reason. See, this is what happens when you start getting older. Back me up on this, Tony. You start forgetting.
With you?
You start forgetting stuff and doubting yourself is what you start doing.
I don't think that has anything to do with age.
Yeah,
Just
yeah, it does.
Sorry, man. That's
coming
just
from me.
I hope it does. All right. So basically, all of our characters here are they received mysterious letters and have been working to try and gain initiate apprenticeships into the Arcanus, which is a mysterious organization that deals with the the magical things of the world. They investigate, they collect things along these lines, and it's located in the mega city of Lycena on the island of Zada, and Zada's in this huge interior sea. First task was to deliver a letter, which you guys did. It was a little bit more difficult than just that, but you'll have to watch earlier episodes, which we do have the first 2 episodes up on the YouTube channel currently right now. So if you want to see them up there, they're there. Also, then their second mission, they had to. What was your second mission again? See, this is that whole memory thing coming in.
It was to go up to.
Oh, that's right.
ruin.
Release the birds.
The Zestel
yeah.
birds.
Second job was just to go up to some ruins in the north of Zada Island and find an old temple of Pyrden and release some Zastadil birds. Zastadil birds are called the eyes and ears of the Arcanus. They're supposedly like watch birds instead of watchdogs, I guess. Nobody really knows as of yet what they do. Now they're on their third one. Now, supposedly if they complete all 3 of these tasks, they're going to gain their apprenticeship, noviceship, what have you, and become actual members of the Arcanus. So it's a pretty big deal. The Arcanus is a pretty big deal. And the third and final one was they were given a special bottle of this a wine of something in this metal decanter, and they were supposed to go to a small island off the north of Zada, a couple of hours out, called Castra, and there they were supposed to drink of said wine when they found a place called the Seat of the Throne. And each one of these tests, they're given a little bit of information on what to do and how to do it, but then a lot of it's left open to interpretation and for them to find out what they need to do. And this was no different. In a brilliant move, Joplin said, "Hey, these pirates that are out and after us, these Azure Brotherhood guys, they've got boats. Why don't we hire them to take us to this island?" Which they did. And they met up with a fellow by the name of Hakan, and Hakan had told them, "Hey, we know you guys are up to something. You owe us. We know you're in league with Syndra, which was the lady they delivered the letter to, and so forth and so on. And, we know what's going on. We don't know why you're here, but we'll take you to your island, and we're going to steal all the treasure that we're sure you're going up there to do." So Hakan is like, basically, he's like businessman all the way. So he sent these pirates with him. So basically they go and sail to this island. They get to this island. A contingency of 12 pirates get off with them and start traveling towards the center of the island. As they travel towards the center of the island, a lot of boars start following them, zipping in and out of the brush and what have you. And at a point, they become just surrounded by 20, 25 of these just boars with red eyes. Long story short, the boars killed all the pirates, but left them alone. Surprising. And then they went into, they continued on the trail that they were following to the center of the island, a mountain, rocky, hilly, baby mountain area, found this ruined city. And in this ruined city, inside one of the ruined buildings, after monkeying around with some foliage, they found a small, like a 4-foot tall, alabaster head to toe, dressed in white rags dude who spoke only Patarn and heavily accented Patarn, and only one of the fine adventurers here speaks it, which is Brian. And Patarn is an old language, but we won't go into all that. So he takes him to this statue at the center of the city, this huge monolithic seated version of a Celestine god king. And there, also, the day turned into night, and the moon came out, which was one of the requirements of them drinking this wine. They drank the wine, and next thing you know, all the ruins around them change, and they're seeing like an echo or an image of what this magnificent city had been at one time. Beautiful, vivid colored, wildly painted, and full of the most gorgeous people they've ever seen. The most beautiful people they've ever seen. And that's after they had done that and were feasting their eyes on the visuals that were around them. This little dude pointed towards these opened golden doors to the palace right next to where they're at and said that they should go in, that their master awaits them. And that's where we left off, and that's where we're going to be picking up. So the little white guy, Alabaster Man, is pointing at the doors and looking at you with those completely white eyes. All right, so
Oh shit.
what are we doing, guys?
He says the creator's waiting for us. I guess if we want to figure this out, there's only one way.
The hell would he want to do with us?
Do we want to meet the creator? I mean, I don't mind if the creator waits for us. Do we want to meet him?
Well, Joplin, out of all four of us, I think you have the most experience right now. So
Not wrong.
Don't put that on me just yet.
well,
I don't think we have a choice. I mean, where are we even? We're standing in the past. Is that what this is?
echoes, shadows, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Now remember that one time, as you guys were there and you were watching, you saw like figures of people when they were moving in front of you, like crossing paths. You could see like the vague outline of the person behind the one that moved in front of you, just like ever so slightly. So it's like you're on the holodeck for all you Trekkies, basically. So. Did I get that right? Is that what it's called? It's a holodeck, right?
Deck, yeah.
Yeah. I'm not a Trekkie. Sorry.
Yeah.
and they're trekkers now, by the way.
Oh, they're Trekkers now. See?
Why?
Why
I
not?
don't know.
Because I guess Star Wars forever.
Oh, interesting.
Well, I guess we follow then.
Let's go.
He's
don't
not.
think
He's
we
not
have
doing
another choice.
anything. He's not moving.
He's just pointing.
He's just standing there, pointing towards the doors.
All right.
It's almost. He's become so still. You might even consider him to have. He looks like a little statue now because he's got that. He's completely white. Like I said, he's got that chalk alabaster skin. His eyes are solid white, and he's wearing these dirty white robes that are torn up and what have you. But he's so still, it's like he's, a statue.
I saw one of these guys begging for money outside of. He's gonna move in a second, and he's gonna ask us for some change. Just kidding. Let's
I,
go in.
I'm gonna look at everyone. Well, it's
Moving on.
it's time to become stories, and Brian's gonna slowly walk towards those golden doors.
I
Okay.
follow, but I turn and say, Joplin, maybe bring up the rear. Get your shooty thing ready.
Your shooty thing.
Shooty thing.
It's an arrow, whatever it's, but it's not an arrow. I don't know. What do you call that thing?
Ham. I'm firing a ham.
I'm not quite that dumb.
Okay, I'm just checking.
Just because he has a hard time remembering things
I know what a
doesn't
ham.
mean.
We call it a crossbow.
There you go. That's
Right.
okay. So you guys start heading up these stairs. Now, these great big doors, two huge big double doors are open, and they're golden and gilded and full of all kinds of different carvings and what have you. There are two guards at this entrance. Big guys. They're basically probably 7.5 feet tall, but they appear to be human. Okay. I mean, and again, just like everybody you see here, man, they're good looking, they are dressed they have like scaled armor of some sort that appears to be golden. They have these kind of pot helms that appear to be golden with a spike on the top of it, and they're dressed in what appear to be like white silk clothing underneath and what have you. But they're paying you no mind. They're staring straight ahead. Everybody here too, as you was seeing, like all these people passing and what have you, nobody's looking at you. Okay. So you go up, you go through the front doors, and it leads into a massive, like, antechamber or a reception area. It is a forest of columns, huge marble columns that go up and end in this brilliantly painted mural of a ceiling. There's a number of benches and like interior potted plants, but not like just like a little pot of plants. There's like actual huge trees that are in pots and all over the place. And there's all kinds of different people just lounging about, doing all kinds of different things, from reading and some people reciting poetry, some people drawing, it's almost as if it's a park of some sort. But the people in here are dressed a little differently than the people that you were seeing outside. While the people outside were dressed very simple, with simple like one-piece tunics or robe. The people in here tend to have on jewelry and headdresses. It's very easy to distinguish that these people here are probably the aristocracy of some sort, somebody of a higher station than the others.
Can we understand the poetry that they're reciting, or is it in another language?
It's in a language that you don't understand, but Brian,
Yeah, that's what I figured.
you understand what they're saying. And essentially, you're catching bits and pieces of conversation. You're talking, there's some guy sprouting some really bad poetry. Mm-hmm. It is all that really heavily accented, though. I mean, very heavily accented.
Okay.
So it's you can understand it, but if there's any one thing in particular you want to stop and listen to or look at, and this place is huge and very long, and there's alcoves all over the place, but it doesn't look like there's any exits or anything. Oh, and also there's tons of fountains in here. Okay.
That's kind of weird because it's the people are ghosts, or even the architecture are ghostly, translucent.
Everybody give me a notice roll here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So it begins.
And so it begins. All right, let's see. We got double ones on Phoenix. Phoenix, you don't know what they're talking about. Everything here it's wow. Joplin, you're the only one. Everybody else, this is 100% reality. Those little images, those little tip-offs that you were having before about it not being real, seem real. Is anybody else here like a little hum, sort of like a high-pitched little something? Okay, it's gone now. All right. We'll see what happens. Can everybody hear me still?
Yeah,
I can hear you.
perfect.
Okay, there it goes.
Oh, so I think that's my watch here.
Is that you? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Oh,
Weird.
I mean,
So just so long as we know who to yell at, that's all we're looking for.
there you go. There you go.
There it is. Okay, so what are you guys doing? Oh no, that's right. So Joplin, you're the only one that actually realizes that yes, you can still tell that this is you're in. It's almost as if you're inside of a dream. All the rest of you're completely immersed now. You are someplace new and different, and this is all very real to you.
Crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And people reading poetry, is that what you said?
Yep, there's somebody reading poetry. They're talking about the how fruit can be found in everyday shapes everywhere. I don't know. I don't know nothing about poetry.
Dope. That's pretty awesome.
Excellent poetry.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
mean, it's very realistic poetry.
Sure, why not?
I think, well, there's many things to look at around here. I don't think that would make us deviate from what we've seen so far, make us deviate from our purpose, which is to talk to the creator, talk to the master.
I agree. I don't know what anyone's saying here.
Yeah.
Just really pretty people gabbing about something.
I thought we were just supposed to drink some wine.
Well, I was just going to mention that. Now, when you talked with Ogrit, essentially he's your, your handler, your connection to the Arcanus. He never really said what you were supposed to do after. He said you're supposed to go there, find the seat of the throne, drink the wine under a full moon. Then that was it. You didn't get any more. So, I mean, whatever you want to do at this point is really up to you guys. So, now this is an extremely long. It's probably like a good 5 or 6 American football fields in length. Okay, but as you guys are you continue to walk through it? I mean, are you going to stop and chill and just listen to somebody, or I mean?
I couldn't care less about all of these people.
We're going to continue to walk through. If I'm in the front, I'm going to continue to walk
Yeah,
through.
I'm just going to follow Brian.
I'm following, that's for sure.
Okay. Now, as you continue to walk through, eventually these, because it is a forest of these pillars, they are rather spread out, but when you're far back from them, you know how it is. It kind of like clouds your vision. By the time you get a couple of football fields in, and it's still it's chock-a-block full of all these people doing all these just different things. There's a picnic going on over there or what have you. But when you get basically halfway through, you start to see there's another set of really big golden doors that are open at the far end. And you can hear the quiet roar of like cheering. It's almost as if there is a you're walking close by a football game or something like that in the distance, and you can hear that distant, like, cheering and what have you.
I mean, I would continue walking still.
Okay.
I mean, do we know where we're walking to? You said it's a long hall, right?
Well, it's as in like you're inside a great massive hall. As in like think not as but it's like it's a huge building area is what it is that you're in. So
the end of it just comes to a wall as far as what we can see at the end of it.
That's where the other set of double doors that you saw. Yes.
Okay.
So you guys continue walking, you get to this point, and the closer you get to these doors, the cheering starts to get louder and louder and louder. And you get to these double doors, and there's a couple of guards standing there, carbon copies of the guys that were out front. And you can just hear the waves of the cheering and whatnot coming through the doorway towards you. And I take it you guys are going to walk through.
I have a question before we do.
Sure.
Does this sound like the type of cheering I would have heard in like pits when I was like fighting in the pits? Does this sound like that kind of cheering?
Yes, I will not even make you roll for it, sir. You're right on the button. 100%. That's what it is.
I'll just stop Brian real quick and just say, I think we're about to walk into something that I don't know if we're going to be involved in what's happening in the center of that room, but
what do you think it is?
Some people are going to be dying, is my guess. There's fighting going on in there.
I wouldn't worry about it. This is, I think, the distant past, and we're just visitors.
But I mean, if we can visit, then who's to say we can't not leave? You know what I mean?
I mean, Joplin, it feels pretty real to me.
Now,
good.
To reinforce to Joplin's point, though, no one even notices you guys.
Right.
Matter of fact, it's to the point where you'll be walking and somebody comes and they start walking towards you, and they actually pass through you, which totally shatters your this is all real going on. That actually happens a couple times as you walk through this hall.
Cool.
No problem.
They can't touch us.
These ones can't, but yeah, okay. I mean, we got to gamble on it. We're here. What else? This must be what we're here for, right?
Exactly.
Well,
Yeah.
At this point, curiosity's got to be the best thing to follow.
Yeah.
too far to turn back now. We have to see what's behind these doors.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
You guys go through this set of double doors, and it's just a short hallway. And you can see as you come up, because there's some stairs that lead up to this hallway, and that's where the guards are. You crest those stairs, you start going through this hallway. You can automatically see on the other side there is a huge amphitheater. And there is daylight coming down as if there is a hole in the roof some kind of way that allows the light to come in. Now, it's not a matter of you having to step up or move up into the amphitheater or the arena. It's all flush with your the floor you're on. You would walk down into it. So when you guys move closer, you're at the very top looking down, and there is it is a round amphitheater with these stone stairways cut into the marble that everything here is made out of. Goes down, and it's ringed with seats. You know, just rings and rings of
Right.
them. Down at the center, there is a circular arena. And down in this arena, there is combat. You're seeing essentially gladiators of all types, different types of. And these people look very different than everybody else that you've seen here. Everybody else here has been like, you know, Vogue. They're all model types, right?
Jeez.
And
Is that
everybody.
your second job?
Yes, thank you very much. That was, that's an official post. This is another one. So the people down in the pits, you can tell because everybody here has a similarity to them. They all have this lightly blue tinged skin. I mean, very lightly blue tinged skin. Okay, and they all have like golden flocks of hair or these jet black or fiery red hair, and it's almost as if you walked into a Wagner music opera, and these are the Valkyrie, the Norse, and all this different stuff, but with this slightly blue tinged skin to them, which gives them kind of a Hindu-esque kind of maybe look to it as well. The people down in the pit fighting, though, they look more familiar to you. These are people of different nationalities and colors and sizes and imperfections, and there's dozens of them down there fighting. And also, there's beasts. There's a huge snake. There's kind of a reptilian dog. These are, you notice some of these, they look vaguely familiar, even though you can't put a pin on it as far as the names. But these are creatures from myth, from legends. You've never seen any of these things, but they're from stories that everybody learns growing up as children. And the combat is gory, and it is intense. There's people getting torn and ripped in half, and their intestines and organs flying out, people having their heads lopped off, and fountains of blood geysering up into the sky and then falling onto the sand in this arena below. And every time one of these nasty, gory spectacles takes place, the crowd cheers and roars. Now, as this is going on, all of you notice that there is another one of these golden doors, double doors, across where the amphitheater is, so you'd have to walk around to get to them. Now, this room in which it is in, think of it as if you were to take like a basketball or a hockey arena and you dropped it inside of a room. That's how big this is. And so you would have to walk around that to get to the other side where those doors are. Or you could go and mingle amongst the people down below. Maybe jump into the arena.
Just go straight through. I mean,
that was my
I
first
feel
instinct,
like-
but I feel like I'm too scared to do that.
I feel like I would be inclined to go straight down the center. I know this isn't real. I know they can't touch me. But
I'm actually appreciating the show. I think, you guys should watch. This is kind of an amazing spectacle that we're seeing here.
I'm going to be honest with you, Joplin. I mean, I appreciate the spectacle, but I'm not used to this kind of thing. Usually I'm down there, and usually there's a lot less people and less monsters.
If Grace is going, then Brian will go with her. Not let her go by herself.
but then I would see the number of stairs because it sounds like there's a lot.
Yes.
They're downward stairs, so it's fine.
I gotta go down to go up. So
Yeah. So true.
and then I would determine the easier way around would be around the top. But
Okay.
I am very tempted to go down the center.
So you guys watch for a little bit and then start making your way over towards the those other double doors.
I'm going to follow. Brian's still leading, and I'm assuming Ari's up at the front too, so I'm wherever they're
Okay.
going, I'm going.
What is happening in the center there? Still fighting?
Oh yeah, it's basically if you guys take some time and watch, the number of participants whittles down, whittles down, whittles down. I mean, you could watch the entire thing as you want, but it appears that it's just a spectacle of last man standing is basically what's going on for this particular event.
And you
I would
said
have no interest in them fighting each other for no real benefit, from what I can tell.
Yeah. And you can hear that because you speak to Petard, the people that are here, they seem to be, some of them will know some of the people, like they shout out some names and, some people get upset when a particular person dies or if somebody does something well. You have a feeling that some of the people that are down in that pit and are fighting, like even your mind, because Lycena, where you guys are from, in the modern era, has gladiators, has something just like this. But there's no monsters involved there. They bring in some beasts, but nothing like what you're seeing down below. Every once in a blue moon, something strange from the annals of mythology might be captured and brought in, but that's once in a blue moon. Nothing like this.
Well, we're going to make our way around to the other double doors, but I'll keep an eye to see if anything spectacular happens.
Okay, so you guys, you're making your way. You're leaving the cheering behind you as you make your way. It gets a little bit quieter, and it's getting a little bit quieter because, there's less participants, and as people die, there's less whoa sort of thing going on. You get to these. Next set of large gilded double doors that are open again, and before you is a long hallway. Probably this one is like at least a good 300 feet long, and you discern that it looks like there's curtains because they're moving slightly at the end, covering the doorway at the far end. This hallway, while there is some light that comes in from the natural sunlight that's coming into the where the arena is, there are globes of just light, soft white light that is at the very tops of the ceilings. And this hallway is a domed or arched hall, and they're roughly about 20 feet tall. 20 feet high, and they have these spaced every so often. There's these globes of light.
Well, allow me, and I'm going to step forward.
I will.
All right, you guys start making your way through here. As you make it through the halfway point, the cheering is dying down in the background quite a bit now, and you start to hear this music. This rolling music of different types of like musical lutes or what have you. It's very calming, and it's at a nice smooth rolling pace. Not very high, not very low. Something very good for maybe meditation or what have you. The closer you get towards these curtains, the louder this music becomes. But it's not so loud that it's like, you're getting into a concert. You can definitely tell that this music is ahead of you, though. And you get to those curtains at the end. Now, these curtains, it's almost as if crushed velvet curtains just are in front of you, and there is definitely a slit down the middle that moves every so slightly, and it gives you, just for the briefest of seconds, a little view between them.
Well, I would want to peek between them before heading in.
I feel like we're about to meet someone who is going to.
Oh, move the curtains, open the doors. This isn't even real.
Okay, so Joplin, you just like push your way through and open them up?
Yes.
Okay, so Joplin goes, he like pushes you guys aside. He opens up the curtains, and they're sprawled out in this circular room that's full of couches and pillows and tables, and there's people with fans, and the entire floor and the entire place is writhing in bodies.
Oh, cool. Dead bodies, right?
Caligula.
Dead bodies? They're all dead.
No, they're not dead.
Unfortunate. Let's look at a different curtain.
Yes, there is a huge oiled orgy going on in this room. There are incense.
You have a map for this, right, DM? When do we roll initiative?
No, let me go ahead and bring up the website, though.
Joplin, is it just Joplin looking at it, or Wallace?
I mean, I would have followed him in.
I have a feeling that this is what happens, that Joplin turns around and you guys are like, you guys seeing this? You get a little happy.
This I'm used to.
Yes.
Actually.
Now, in this room, okay, like I say, it's just it's a tangle of limbs and bodies. And when you pull those curtains back, you hear, finally mixed among the music is the sounds of, well, I guess we'll call it. I wouldn't call it love making. Let's call it sex making.
Love making.
Yeah, making love.
Romance. The sounds of romance.
There are tons. Yeah. No, that's a good PG way of saying it. Yeah, or we could just say there's a lot of fucking going on in there. Sporadically throughout this room, there's these big, like, eunuch-looking guys with fans that are doing, like this, all around the perimeter. On these tables, there's all kinds of these urns and what have you that are burning incense, and there's a fine haze of pink smoke that just permeates the air. You can almost swear that you can smell it, and it smells almost as if like a jasmine sort of smell to it, and it smells incredible. And
yeah, I think that one over there is Jasmine.
Yes. And that one's Jasmine, and that one's Jasmine, and there's Jake.
By the way, that guy, really a eunuch. Definitely a eunuch. I'm looking around. Definitely a eunuch.
The one thing that you notice the most is, while everyone you saw in the city, everyone you saw in the chamber when you were first coming in, everyone that you saw in the stadiums watching the arena, all were these just incredible, just gorgeous people. The only people that you saw that weren't were the ones that were fighting in the arena until now. Everyone that is in this room, except for the ones with doing the fans, they're all regular.
Oh, then I'd walk out.
And then mixed. You're like, the hell with this. This is not what I signed up for.
Bullshit.
And then mixed in amongst them, you'll see one or two of those other people. Okay? And then you hear this, like, loud bellow of ecstasy. And it draws your attention to this mound, literally, of people. It's sort of like, has anybody ever seen
South Park?
Mel Brooks the history of the world.
Part
Yeah.
one.
You remember the Roman? They're having the Roman
part
orgy. It's just
two,
like
actually.
yeah. So,
Yeah, it's good to
not-
be the king.
yeah, not quite that outrageous, but there's just this mound of people, and then up out of this mound of people rises this man. He has that blue skin. He has that chiseled features, that Adonisness. He is the same person that was in the throne outside. He is, and there's people just like clawing on him, men and women, and rubbing his body all over. And he's just like, yes, yes. And then he reaches over and grabs this woman by her hair, at the back of her head, pulls her over, and rips out her throat.
Yo.
What?
Oh,
Geyser of blood goes shooting out into and over everyone around him, and he just sprays it all into his face and licks it up and drinks it, and then tosses her body aside. He reaches over and he grabs a man, same way, by the back of his hair, brings him out, reaches over and just rips out his throat, doing the same, then throws his carcass to the side as well.
Spear out already, and not the actual spear.
Everyone, the people all around them seem to get just incredibly. Oh, so we got something. So we got a notification somewhere. Thank you. I didn't see it. The Afro Queen just followed. Hi, Afro Queen. Thank you. Appreciate it. The people that are around, they're not at all disturbed by this. There's no screaming. There's moans of heavier ecstasy, and you see like the writhing around him seems to accelerate, and everyone gets, well, they seem to get horny off of this. And everyone around them are covered in blood from this. Nobody misses a beat. He wipes it all onto his face and rubs it all over his body, and he seems to be very happy about it. Then he looks over. He looks right at you guys,
Yeah.
and he goes, "Oh, I have visitors."
So, and he's speaking in a language we can understand?
He's speaking Pataran.
Damn it.
So, Brian, you can start translating if you so choose, but there's no notice roll that's needed. He locks eyes with
Right.
each and every one of you. Stands, because he was kind of kneeling, now that you realize it, when he stands to his full height, and he's nearly 8 feet tall. And he starts walking through the orgy. And they part and move aside to let him pass, as if it's a sea of flesh that parts before him. And he's walking right towards you guys.
Well, fuck.
That's
no.
what's happening in the room right now.
It's fine. This is just a vision of the past. I'm only uncomfortable because he's very tall and I assume naked.
As everybody's talking, I'm going to take a knee and with my spear off to the side, just like bow my head and open my hand and say, our master, we are from the Arcanum. We are not from
No, Brian.
No,
Brian.
he did it. No, he did it. But
Nobody,
I want
nobody understands. It's in Pataran. Yeah.
everybody.
Oh, right. Yeah, I don't understand.
All right, everybody needs to roll a spirit check.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Good thing I have a D4.
Hey, Shadow Dog 007, thanks for following us, man. We appreciate that. Oh, look at these good rolls.
Hey,
Oh.
motherfucker.
So, Phoenix,
I don't
you beat it both on your wild die and your regular
I know,
die.
the exact
Brian,
same roll.
Look at Brian. Brian's
Of
always
course.
strong. He's the man.
So of course,
I think I got there.
that's what I gotta do
Ari-
here.
I'm guessing that we didn't win.
And Joplin. Now,
Nah, that was plenty.
normally you would have succeeded.
Oh, no. What did he get?
no.
Oh.
So
Yeah, we got this.
I will let you know that if you so wish to spend a Benny at this point in time, you can,
Ooh,
because
he's telling you the results already.
it's up to you. I mean, you don't have to. You can just let happen what's going to happen. I mean,
I'm spending one Benny because.
why not? You got him, right? That's
Yeah,
why-
Gosumba gave us the persistent.
Yeah,
Remember?
you've already got a persistent. Oh, look at you, Ari.
Oh,
Nice.
Destined.
Nope.
Destined.
Still not working. Do you want to
I thought
spend
the
another one?
exact same.
Yeah. Would you like to spend another one?
Yeah. Joplin and Ari are roll 5 and 2. That's it.
Don't forget, Brian, when you do this stuff, you have advantage against things that would make you scared.
Oh, this is a fear thing.
It is
Okay.
a fear thing.
I'm stopping.
It's
I
plus
used
2.
to.
It's plus 2.
Okay, Ari, yeah, boom, boom, yeah. You're gripped. What's Joplin doing? Is Joplin?
I'm staying with it. I'm living
Okay.
with it.
So as he starts
Oh.
walking towards you, this giant of, and you guys know what this is. There's no way around it.
A penis.
There's one of those coming at you.
It's Mr. Manhattan.
Yes. No, that's a
Probably
great
big.
way. That's a great way of thinking of it.
Melinda.
Is it basketball?
Thank you, Melendre. We appreciate you've gotten them closer. Let's see.
Yeah,
There's
Melendre.
another 750, and they'll have another persistent bending. He's a Celestine. He's a Celestian. I mean, 'cause you can say it either way. Both are correct. He is these things that you've been seeing. These now, granted, he's way different than. You guys remember the dude's name? The guy who bursted out of that dude's chest.
Yes.
My book does.
Azale.
Azael.
Azael, yes, he is. Azael was regular human size. He came out of a much larger individual, but he was regular human size. This guy is mammoth in his, but he's basically the same thing. And I forgot to say, he's got wings.
Oh, snaps.
Oh, so
Oh.
he does too.
Yeah, he's got wings, just like Azael did.
Yeah.
And
But they're already out. Like they're just like
they're folded up behind him. You know,
okay.
he's not. They're not like. I should if I'd have been thinking, it'd been really cool when he came out of the bodies. His wings would all extended out. You know, but I didn't think of
Yeah,
that.
we were all looking at the penis. Let's be honest.
That's true.
Yeah, we wouldn't have noticed the wing.
All of us.
You were looking at it.
8 foot tall.
Yeah,
right.
he
Trying to
is.
survive here.
He is very proportionate. To say it nicely.
I didn't need to know that.
But now you do. As he comes
Unavoidable.
marching through the naked, writhing bodies, Joplin and Ari, you guys are just overwhelmed with this fear. But it's not the same kind of fear that grips you that you would feel as if there's a snake next to you ready to strike. It's not that kind of fear. It is the fear of inadequacy, of inferiorism.
I know.
That's something I haven't felt.
I'm looking at it.
Yes. And it's looking at you with its one good eye. And it's you guys just feel like you're nothing. You mean nothing. And hey, thanks, villain.
I had it open and I was like waiting to do it, and then I accidentally hit I was waiting to do it at the break. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's,
I didn't mean to interrupt the flow of everything, but I was.
you
clicking.
totally ruined it. Now it's done. Everybody yell at him.
Thank you for stopping me from looking at the giant god penis.
Yes. You feel so inadequate and so basically just beaten down that you're actually having thoughts of suicide. And you just you crumple
Jesus.
drown down to your knees in just this dark, deep despair. Now, Phoenix, you made your roll, and you know you feel some of these same feelings coming on towards you, but you know your perseverance, your ability to survive has made it through. It's like, well, fuck you, motherfucker! I'll take you out as if I had to. It's
Also,
like, you know,
like weirdly familiar setting so far.
right?
Fights, bunch of people fucking like. This is my jam. Like I'm at home here.
And of course, the master of it all, Brian, is
Yeah.
unfazed.
Yeah.
For those moments, you know, that the stories are all about. So of
Yeah.
course I'm familiar.
So far, when you guys have been encountered by all this stuff, you know, there's a reason Brian got that bonus that he carries around now. He's just this shit don't phase him. So you've knelt down, and what did you say now? What did Brian do?
Oh, I said, great master, we are from the Arcanum. We're not from this time. Just to honesty, best policy. Let them know that we're not from here.
Okay. Now he comes up and he stands because essentially, now we'll just say it's a flat surface. He comes and he comes up right before you guys, and he's like, towering over you, and he speaks. And when he speaks, his voice has a musical quality to it that resonates with a deep bass that rumbles out from him, and you can feel it in your chest. And he first looks at Joplin, he looks at Ari, and he goes, "Rise, my children. There is no reason for you to feel so insignificant, for now you have found me, and with my guidance I shall bring you into the realm of greatness. You will know your purpose in life, and I shall take you there." And as he says that, all those deep, dark feelings that were on you wash away, and you have probably give me another spirit roll.
Damn it.
Because I'm not going to just fuck you twice. Well, at least I'm gonna let you roll. This is my equivalency of buying you dinner and a drink. So let's see what happens here. Okay.
Well,
Is that for all four of us?
Joplin makes it.
There we go.
Okay, so Ari,
Jeez.
you are enamored by this man completely. You're
that's
like
a new emotion.
You're like, yes, no doubt. This is completely against you.
Yeah, the feeling like shit and insignificant would be another.
Yes, exactly. You've
completely unfamiliar.
Exactly, but now you're like, oh my god, I want to have your babies. You are just 100% goo goo gaga over this dude right now.
Okay.
Joplin, as that stuff, as that despair just seeps out of you, and you're able to regain your feet again, and what have you. You look at him, and you're like, "What the hell with you, man?" And you regain all of your confidence, and you feel a warm sensation in your heart, almost as if there's a tiny little flame in there. Okay,
I'll say hello and ask him if he has a robe.
I'll say, don't you dare put on a fucking robe.
I'll translate for him.
Yeah, you say that to him. Yeah,
that he's asking for a robe.
And when you translate that, he laughs, and he said, he looks at Brian and goes, "Please, my son, stand. I know you're not from this time. I can tell. I can see into multiple dimensions and multiple times. That's why I can see you here now."
Did you ask him?
What is this Arcanus? And you're from the future. Yes. And he you see him looking off, and he goes, yes, it is as I predicted. You're from the time when we no longer walk your planet. But we will take care of that, won't we, my children? And you will help me do that, won't you?
Well,
and then he goes like this again for a little bit. And he goes, and he's speaking this language, you don't understand what he's saying, and it's like, you ever seen Hunt for Red October, where they're all speaking Russian in the beginning,
yeah.
And then it's just automatically translates into the English, and then you can say that's what happens. He's speaking this language, and then it morphs, and it morphs into Shanish, because that's the one language that you guys all have in common. And it morphs into that, and he starts speaking that. But before he does that, he looks. It's almost as if he looks to this out there and just picks that knowledge out of the air, and then he's like, now you can all understand me. I do believe this is a tongue that is very prevalent from where you are. Am I correct? Come.
that's uncanny.
Would you like to participate? These are all.
Yes.
What? Don't
Very
say
well,
yes
my
so
child.
quickly. What?
He walks over. No, wait. She says yes, and he walks over. He starts taking Ari's clothes off. Not quick like either. And you're pretty sure you hear in the background, wow, wow, wow. The music changes a little bit. Okay. Now, if you weren't here when we first started the stream, I had stated when we first started out that we put the rated R at the beginning of the stream for a reason, and tonight we were probably going to touch on some of that stuff. So I hope nobody's being offended at this point in time. So he walks over and he's like very slowly just starting to take Ari's clothes off.
I'm going to just kind of speak loudly at Ari and just tell her, Ari, we don't have the time for this. And kind of like forcefully, as aggressive
He
as I
asked
can.
me to. He asked me to. I'm not going to say no.
Now
to
this
him.
is what you guys see, okay? He comes over and you see his hands going and like doing the removing, but you also see at the same time, like when his hand reaches down and pulls on her belt, you see Ari's hand going the exact same time and pull it. So it's almost as if where his hands go and do the derobing, it's actually her hands following and actually doing the derobing. Okay? So you said what to her, and then Ari said, fuck you, right? Did I miss that? What happened?
He asked me to. I'm enamored with him. I can't help it.
Before she gets fully naked, I'm going to step over to her and put my hand on her shoulder and try one more time really hard to persuade her to snap out of it. If there's anything I can do, just using my words only and the force of my personality.
So you come over and you shake her, and it like stops her for a moment,
Mm-hmm.
and this big dude looks down at you and goes, "What is wrong? Does this offend you? Is this woman yours? Does she belong to you?"
Uh-oh.
It's not. But we have a mission.
Afro Queen just
Great
threw
master.
at 100 bits. Thank you.
Thank you.
We're getting closer to the next persistent bit. Okay.
I'm going to let them know that we have a mission to accomplish.
No, Brian,
Yes,
just,
but there's
she's,
no
she's a
reason-
big girl. You
Oh,
relax.
and I didn't shake her. I just put my hand on her, like the same way in real life. If somebody puts your hand on your shoulder, it's kind of demands more attention. But if this doesn't work, then I'm done.
It stops her in the moment. Whether or not she continues is going to be completely up to Ari. But
course.
when Joplin says what he says, that she's a big girl, she can do what she wants, and so forth and so on, the guy turns his gaze towards you, Joplin, and his eyes narrow. And he's like staring hard at you, and he goes, "I see. You carry the flame within you. We will have to do something about that." So,
Kieran says hello.
Oh.
I care not for such a meaningless, little, insignificant, not even a god. It's nothing more than prayers personified. Anyway, so
Not to me.
you are all going to follow my instructions, I take it. I will tell you where to go and what you will need to do to open the portal, and allow me to step once more upon this world. When you do so, all this that you see around you will once more be again, and you will be my trusted confidants. And then he looks over and he looks down at Ari and he goes, "And you will have my children. Oh, yes. You will be one of my concubines."
Oh,
So much.
That was good.
I'm going
was-
to,
that was
if I
real
can,
good.
speak back to him to let him know that we don't know our purpose. Our first loyalties are to the Arcanus.
The Arcanus. This doesn't concern me. I'm telling you what your purpose is. Your purpose is to serve me. I am the creator. I am the master. I will be the god again that walks upon your world, and you will serve me.
And I will bow, but not say anything.
I'm probably the most poorly equipped to participate in this conversation, but I'd like to say something.
Of course you should.
And
Thank you,
I
Melandre.
say that to him. To
Oh,
the
man.
God
550
guy.
away. 550 away.
Thanks, Military. And Fire
Oh,
Shaper.
yeah, Fire
Shaper
Shaper
subscribed.
47. Thank you very much for subscribing. We appreciate that very much. So, what's Phoenix gonna say?
So I say that directly to him and to the group, sort of addressing everyone. We weren't expecting this. At least I wasn't when we came here.
No
Who
one
are you?
expects their destiny. Your destiny finds you, child. And he walks. He moves away from Ari, and he just walks over towards you, Phoenix, and he looks down at you, and he goes, "Wouldn't you like to be the one in charge of the slaves for a change? Wouldn't
Not
you
particularly,
like
no.
to? Well, you could treat them with the kindness they deserve, not the cruelness."
Slaves never get treated with kindness. Just the act of slavery is violence in and of itself. Thank you very much.
This doesn't appeal to you.
No, sir.
We'll break you of that.
I've heard that before.
Yes, you wear the marks well. Do not worry, my child. Do not worry. You do as you are told and commanded. That is all you need to do. Nothing more. So, and he concentrates for a moment again, and he goes, Briam, it is, correct?
Yes.
Long Shelf. Such a strange name. Well, it appears that you are the one most likely to follow through with your orders that I give. If this one gets in your way, feel free to kill him. And he's pointing towards Phoenix. And this one here, keep an eye on him as well. And I'll give that duty to you, my love, Ari. This one, the one with the flame inside of him, you might have to kill him as well.
I would do
So-
it for you.
Of course you will. Now, and he walks over to Ari. He leans down, almost as if he's going to kiss her. And I'm going to take control of your character for a hot second here, Ari.
Oh God.
No, it's not going to be like that.
That hands off at this moment.
You know how, you ever seen, somebody goes in to kiss somebody's neck and they turn their head to the side? That's what Ari does. Ari,
Oh yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
One of those sort of things. And he, starts whispering. It's whispering, but you can hear it. And it's like a rolling syllable of, musical talk. And you see this smoke starting to pour out of his nose and his mouth and his eyes. And it goes and it swirls around and it goes in Ari's ear.
Hmm.
And then he stands back up and he walks back. He starts walking back towards the writhing orgy that is taking place on the floor around him. He stops, turns around, and he goes, "Whether you like it or not, you will be mine to command. You have the stench of Azael on you currently, but we'll fix that. Now go. I lose my patience with you." And he turns around, and as he turns around, everything fades. And it's almost, okay, have you seen the pictures of dust blown in the wind and it blows the images out? And everything around you just swirls into this colorful miasma of different types of lights and colors, and then it fades away, and you're standing in basically the same place, but it's dark. There's a ceiling overhead that is crumbled and cracked and mostly gone. Everything is ruined and filled with dirt and overgrowth, and those fucking vines that grow all over everything are all over the place. And you are inside basically a ruin. The music is gone. The sounds are gone. And all you hear is the blowing of the wind coming in through the holes in the walls and the cracks and the giant hole in the ceiling. The sky above is no longer that night sky that just appeared out of nowhere with the moon. It is daylight, and the light shines down into the room where you're at. Ari, you feel the most incredible sense of loss you've ever felt. It is just as if, well, you've known loss, if you know what I'm saying. We haven't gone that way yet. But it is more potent than that, more potent than any other thing. You have such a longing inside of you that all you want is to get back to that man. Or that thing. I guess you wouldn't really even call it a man. I mean, men don't have wings.
Fair enough.
Like that guy. I don't like him at all.
What's that portal he's talking about? What the fuck just happened?
Are you back with us now? As she's probably putting her clothes back on.
Like
Fair enough.
half undressed.
I am. Yeah, I probably am reassembling myself.
I thought I lost you there for a second, I say. And typically that's words of comfort, but I say it flatly. Like I'm kind of disappointed.
You took us into this place. We had no clue who this man was walking in here.
That's
We
true.
are meeting a lot of gods.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious if we get a chance to talk to the other people who went through this whole initiation to find out if we're the only ones mingling with the fucking weave of time.
Looks like we're the only ones doing these specific missions. I think Ogret said that everyone's doing different missions, so I think it would be worth checking out with the other initiates. Absolutely.
I mean, did anyone else get a real bad feeling from that guy? Like he
I
was gonna-
didn't.
Yeah,
I
we know
that.
you didn't. We all saw that.
Meeting with cosmic forces like that, it's important that we don't do the thing that we didn't do. We didn't make any promises, and that's good. However, Ari... Oh, by the way, DM, did we see that air going into your ear? Did we see that or no? Is that secret?
Oh, no, you guys all saw that.
How do you feel, Ari?
You feel pretty good.
I
Ari.
want to find that fucking portal. You led us here for a reason. We need to open that portal.
The
That-
portal. Hmm.
I think we're back in our time.
I'm just gonna pick up a rock and then just skip it, see if it makes any physical noise.
Oh, yeah, you hit it and it like tick, 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 tick.
Hmm.
And as you guys, I need notice rolls from all of you. Let's see how everybody does on this.
No,
Wow, you didn't make it, Phoenix?
no, and I have a D4 in notice, and I seem to just always roll heat on notice rolls for some reason.
Yeah. Okay, so
Not today.
Ari and Brian
4 plus
both
2.
know. Joplin is just flabbergasted. He's still going, why did I have to see that? I'm never going to be able to unsee that. I'm going to go to bed tonight and I'm just going to see it. I mean, there's nothing I can do to unsee what I just saw. But Brian, you notice that the because remember there's this creeper vine sort of stuff that grows over everything in this this ruins, and there's the flowers that are on them. There's all these vines in here, and there's a mix of those pink and white, and you see some of the translucent flowers, but not many of those, and those are only stuck in the darkest corners. But there's no vines at all around Ari or Joplin. It's almost as if it's parted, and you can see a path that from where you guys walked in through this, because the doors, the great, now granted those gold doors, they're not there, but the doorway is there that you guys walked into this room. You can see a path through the foliage on the ground leading to where they're standing, and these circles of where the vegetation has moved out from around them.
That's just respect.
Yeah, that's
Now-
exactly what that is.
Does it seem to be retreating from him? It was slower before than when Ari did it. Do we notice it being more aggressively moving out of the way of Joplin than it was?
Well, currently
earlier?
you notice nothing.
Right. I am staring at the floor.
There you go.
I'm gonna let them know that the vines are still parting ways for Ari and Joplin. And I'm sure.
Okay.
So
Sorry,
Brian points it out.
and then I think Ari notices it too with her nine.
She did.
Yeah,
She noticed.
Yeah. Did you? Sorry, I missed. I wasn't. Did you say anything about there being vines like where the guy would have been, like in that center of the room?
Oh, it's completely overgrown with that crap.
Oh, okay. Basically, yeah. Okay. So
Well,
clearly, it wasn't a magical vision that we were just given.
no, that was something else, I think.
Maybe.
Time to leave, I say, and as I'm gonna try to find the exit.
Well, there's the fucking portal. He said that you were the one to open the portal.
Instructions will come, he said.
We'll probably see another guy pop out of a fucking guy. And
Oh,
you'll have a
not that
note
again. I don't need to see that again. There's a couple of things I don't need to see again. I should start a list, actually.
I'm gonna be honest. I thought when we signed up to be initiates of the Arcanist, I thought we were gonna be grinding up things with a mortar and pestle, making potions, like, chasing down some guy for a magic scroll. I didn't think we were gonna be fucking time traveling.
Hey, quick idea. Ari and Joplin, go check over there. Phoenix, let's check out these vines right quick. See if we're working two teams.
Yeah, let's take a look.
I'll move over there.
I don't move. I don't listen to what he said.
Okay, are you just gonna stay put?
yeah. I'm not gonna
Basically,
try to.
I just want Phoenix to come to me without causing.
I follow him.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna pretend to look at these vines or pretend to look for a wall. And if he gets close, I'm gonna ask him if he saw that smoke or whatever that was go into Ari's ear.
Yeah,
Did you see that?
yeah, I saw it, and I don't trust that guy. You heard
You
the way he was
just-
talking, right?
And so you mentioned bodies coming out of bodies. Do you think that maybe Arya's been planted? And I'm going to start moving stuff.
Oh, fuck! You're a lot clever than me. I wouldn't have put that together, but I guess if we keep an eye on her, make sure nothing pops out of her. I mean,
We'll have to do that then. All right, nothing's over here. I say,
no, it's all clear. All clear.
and then I'll rejoin the group.
Lucky us.
Joplin, you find anything?
No, I wasn't even looking.
Oh, well, here we are then.
Oh, I love it. That's absolutely awesome. Okay, so with that having been said, we're going to actually go and take a break. And let me pull up the thing here so I can actually do it proper like. Let's see, where's it? There it is. So go ahead and if you want to refresh your beverages, get your snackage on, use the restrooms, what have you. We're going to take a brief break, and then when we come back, we'll see what the hell happens next, shall we?
Sure, why
Alrighty.
not?
Yeah.
Woo!
Probably a good order to do that in.
Yes, it is. Hey, guess what? Oh, we're back.
Hello.
I unmuted the mute. I'm very pleased with myself, and so would Adam if he's watching or out there. So, hello, welcome back, everybody. Okay, so we're going to pick back up in this fun and joyous episode. Okay, so you guys are all there. Yeah. So what's going on? What are you doing?
I think we need to get the hell out of here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I agree. I think we all
I
agree on that
as
one.
well. Yeah. We need to also decide what we're going to do about the pirates we're about to walk up to empty-handed. My solution would likely be most of them are already dead. Maybe we hide in the bushes, pick them up. The other option,
Grab some rocks. Just grab some bits of concrete or plaster or rocks or whatever. Throw them in a bag, and we'll say those are the artifacts.
we could also spend a little extra time here and see if we can find actual artifacts. I mean,
Do
let's
you
shot.
want to spend extra time here?
Not particularly, but I also don't want to die at the hands of a bunch of stupid pirates right after meeting that giant god guy.
Well, the
So,
good news is there's far fewer pirates now.
That's true, and I do think, I could kill most of those guys one-on-one at the very least, so.
And that, like every good kung fu movie, that's what's going to happen. They're going to rush in one at a time. And so I think that's a solid plan.
We just gotta
No,
pull them
no.
out into the bushes.
Just remember, it's not a sailboat. It's got oars. We need at least
We
You
need
know-
people.
people to do the oars.
We can't sail a whole ship ourselves. Killing
No.
them not gonna do anything.
Hopefully, we won't have to kill anybody.
Yeah.
That'd be the best thing.
So, my
Worst case
opinion.
scenario, we kill just enough that we have control of the boat, right?
Again, with the killing,
Not a fan. Phoenix, not a fan, but
I know,
try
I
to-
know.
you know,
I agree. Let's leave. I agree
I
with
just
John
prefer
on that.
killing to dying. So
that's all right.
If it comes to that,
We'll let Phoenix do the talking when we get there, though.
very funny.
let's leave now. And then I'm going to, for real this time, try to find the way out if it's possible.
Okay, so basically, you guys start exiting, and you're going basically the way you came in, and you see it. It is exactly how when you came in. You first go through the hall where the lights were, and it's dark. The vines move out of the way of Ari, and to a lesser degree, Joplin.
Lesser degree. Do we come across the Colosseum? That fighting
Yes,
pit?
that's the next thing you come to, and this room is in shambles. Parts of the wall are caved in. There's big holes in the roof, in the ceiling. A majority of the ceiling actually is not there anymore and is collapsed in. The amphitheater is filled with rubble and overgrown and what have
Okay.
you.
So you can't really see any of the fighting pit per se. It's kind of covered in rock.
It's filled in. Yeah, it's filled in, and it is covered up with a lot of stuff. Yes.
Okay.
It's
So-
amazing to know that vision was real, that it denotes a time when this city was active and full of people. But it also seems to me like it was a cautionary tale, a tale of excess and the fall of a society.
Definitely my idea of a nightmare, to be honest.
I don't
When
think it was
saw-
necessarily the excess, more or less that malevolent power, I would say.
Well, blood orgy, I tend to put under the category of excess.
Excess.
Well, a little
I
bit.
tend to agree.
Each their own.
Right. Okay, so you guys then make it into that great big long hall, and again, it's pretty much the same thing. Most of the roof has fallen in and lays in mounds and heaps on the floor, which is overgrown. There's holes and large cracks in the exterior walls, allowing the sunlight to come in. and you continue on through that area, and you come out to those steps where those great big golden doors were, and there is that big ass statue of the seated Celestine, but its head is off and it's laying on the ground.
The way it probably should be.
Do we see the white dude standing there still?
Oh,
No.
Oh.
Okay.
Huh.
We can make our way out of the city, though. We know which way we're going, right?
Yeah, you know the way that you were brought down here. Because don't forget, when you first came down here, you came down, it was in the ruins. The city itself didn't take on that living city aspect until after you had drunk the wine out of the canter that Ogret had given you.
well, let's just make our way then.
Yeah, that's probably for the best. Yeah.
And if you see a piece of pottery or if you a rock with a shape on it or something, just throw it in a bag, and we'll call them artifacts.
I mean, does marble have any sort of value?
No, not really. I
Yeah.
mean, it's in quantity to build a building out of it does, but into itself, it does not. Although this is unlike any sort of marble that you've seen before. It's got that same rose color to it that the tomb that was on Zada was made from. So,
So yeah, I'll look for things like along the way. Keep my eye out for anything interesting.
I'll pick up a piece of rock and I'll hold it up and I'll say, you see, this is an artifact because this was a part of the writing desk of the great philosopher Fascism.
what did
You had me.
wait a minute, you just turned into Snoop Dogg? Yo, man.
So we throw it in a bag and we say, look, artifact of the great writing desk of the philosopher Fascism.
I leave that to you, Jobson. I trust you with
I
that.
think this will work.
I trust
Keep
you
going.
at least enough that you can pull that off somehow. Even if that doesn't work, the next lie will work. So
Yeah, right.
proven that much so far.
Telling them until something sticks
Okay.
to the wall.
So you guys are making your way out of the ruins, continuing along the same pathway, correct? It appears like not a huge amount of time has passed. It's still day. You know, you guys got here. It was still early day. It is now maybe pushing afternoon. I mean, the sun is at its zenith. You guys,
Is it the same day? I mean, because I remember when night came on, it came on with the full moon, which wasn't due for a few more days. So what day is this?
check your phone.
Hard to tell.
Yeah, check your phone.
Hard to tell, Jobson.
All right.
It just must be the power of the creator.
All right.
And Ari, you know.
I feel it deep within me.
Yeah. That guy's name that guy's name is Zafrish.
Okay, I wrote that down, but I didn't know if that was the island or the
Zafrish.
How did we know that?
Zafrish.
Zafrish?
Zafrish. As everybody
right.
quickly checks their notes.
I guess I better. I don't think I wrote that down. I don't remember that.
Yeah. But you know, because you hear like as you guys are walking, Ari's kind of like, Zafrish.
Does she know?
She's carving it into her desk.
Yes. Ari Zafrish. So you guys make it about halfway through because it took you about a good 45 minutes to get from where you had first encountered the Alabaster Man to where he, everything went down and you the delusions started. So what I need is everybody to make a notice roll, please.
Come on, notice.
Yeah. Let's see what
You
we
know, I
got
get
here.
a +2 to my
No.
notice, and it has never helped me.
Oh, yikes.
Wow.
This is
Again.
with a +2.
You know what? Fuck it. You know what? I feel like this is a good use for one of the persistent bennies, so people know their money is going to a good
Okay, I
business, going
gotta
to a
say,
good place.
okay, I gotta say, because we're not on a map, and so I'm gonna let everybody know what was rolled here. Phoenix rolled double threes. Ari double ones, which is
Well, by
essentially
the
like
way,
a
no, I get a
failure.
+2 to my notice. So when I roll
Yeah.
double threes, that's a 1.
Yeah,
that's
exactly. I'm
the
about
everyone
to
else
say,
rolled.
So Phoenix rolled double threes. Everybody else rolled double ones.
That's a critical fail.
Yeah.
Savage.
Everyone went blind.
I
Eyes
noticed
explode.
nothing.
Yes.
I'm
mean-
going to spend one of my persistent bennies.
I'm
And
up.
I rolled double threes again.
What is going on?
This
Elevation change. We had to. It's like
Awesome.
the bends, the oxygen.
Yeah.
I can't believe I wasted a penny on that.
I'm not
A
even going to do it.
penny. Let's roll, dude. I'm fine.
Okay. So
Yeah.
you guys don't notice it.
I don't care.
That's
Okay.
fine.
All right.
So we keep on trucking.
And you get towards the exit of where the city is, right to where you guys first came in, and then deviated into the one building and had that first encounter with the foliage and what have you. And as you start walking towards, because you remember this is sort of like a cleaved out part of thing, and this is where you're out of this little valley thingy where the ruins are at, the city, and it would start going down. The path would go down and out of these rocky hilllands to the rest of the island. As you start making your way towards that lip where you would crest it and then start heading down, you see walking up from the other end of it is the white alabaster man, and he just stands there. And you start, you hear the rustle of stones and the rustle of the foliage moving as people, other alabaster people, men and women, all with no hair, completely white, they're like popping up on the ruins around you. And one steps out into the back of the street behind you. And so you were surrounded by 8 of these people. Okay.
Floors all over again.
Hold on a second. I need to whisper something to somebody.
I think somebody should have been paying attention. Whose job was that?
I think all of yours.
I was thinking about
It was a very long
my
walk.
head in the sky.
45-minute walk. So
I think. Yeah. Fuck.
So, Uncle Tony, got any interesting flavors at the cookie shop?
This break brought to you by.
Crumtogether.com.
In Oregon,
All your
stop by.
We deliver local. We ship across the country.
The one in front of you guys says something in Pataran. And it looks as if he is addressing Brian.
I was just looking.
Brian,
for
looking here.
him. He wasn't whispering to me.
That's interesting.
Is it now?
Well, so
Continue talking about the flavors. And they're all just like standing there, very motionless. And Brian says something back to him in Pataran.
Uncle Tony. Oh, no, Uncle Tony. I was reading.
Will. Don't do that.
So as I say that to them, I speak Pataran back, and then afterward, Phoenix, Joplin, stay close.
What?
Oh,
Okay.
shit. And I will just get my dukes up. I'm ready. I'm ready to fight this tiny little porcelain man.
Grab my crossbow. Crossbow. Gosh.
Ham.
I look at him and go, "Fuck yourself."
It seems you have an interest in the two of you, and it looks like they want
Oh.
to
Okay.
keep you here.
He says something back in Pataran to Brian.
You could tell him it's a very nice island, and I would consider a summer home here. But no, I need to get back to the city. I think.
I think we made an enemy today, Joplin.
How?
I told them I didn't like slaves, and you are the child of a false god. I guess I don't know.
nothing false about him.
Well, to him, I agree. I mean, he said, and I quote, he was the sum of a bunch of people's prayers. Maybe that's not a quote. I paraphrased. But I mean, isn't that what a god is? You pray to him, and then he exists, and he's there, and we all pray, and so he exists. That makes sense, right?
As I speak back in Bataran, I finish with raising my spear up at the one speaking to us.
Think stuff is happening.
They're not going to let us leave.
Well, then we're going to make them let us leave.
What's Ari doing meanwhile?
Yeah.
No
How's
idea.
Ari feeling? Because it looks like us three are ready to roll.
I mean, I don't need much to get ready to roll.
If we were to run for the coast, how long a travel is that?
And I'm going to try to whisper to what's it called, Joplin. Do you see an out? Unless you're talking to the DM, but if you're talking about running, I'm like, I'm for it. If you see somewhere.
How far are the boats? The boat. How far is the boat?
We walked a while. We're on top of a fucking mountain.
Yeah.
Not a
Downhill's
mountain,
always
but
easier.
we're
He
up.
responds back in Pataran to Brian, then turns and he walks away. And then all those people that were up on the roofs and whatnot melt back into the ruins. And the one that was on the road behind you guys walks into one of the buildings.
Well, what the fuck do you say to them?
Prime, should I be following that guy?
I'm just going to put my spear in the ground. You know, apparently, by not giving you up, we have disobeyed the master. But I see no other way. Let us leave now, I say for the 5th time, and I'm going to start hustling my way out.
All right, I will
That was
I'll take up the rear, I guess.
I'm
And
coming. I'm running.
Okay.
just in case that guy fucking ambushes us from behind, I'm going to stay in the back.
Okay.
So Brian's got the front, I guess, right?
Yeah.
You guys start hauling ass, right? Running. And you're looking back, looking at the the ruins from whence you came. Give me notice rolls.
Because
God, that was
that's our bread and butter right there.
I'm hoping there's another repeat.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Hey,
2
Phoenix got the
ones.
double ones this time. Ari succeeds with a
Unnoticed.
7.
yeah,
Brian
good job.
fails, and
I
Joplin
noticed
succeeds
the
with a
sun,
7.
and then I looked at it for too long.
Yeah. Okay. You guys are you guys leave, start running down the mountain. You guys keep looking back over your shoulder, looking back. And then you look back once, you see nothing there. Keep going. You look back again, nothing there. Keep going. You look back again, and that's when Joplin and Ari, you notice
You
that
fucking pig.
along the walls of that of the ruin of the city, you see those figures stand up, and they're watching you leave, and each one of them raises their arms
Shit.
Spirit bomb.
and they look up. Yeah, coming. And they like raise their hands up into the air, and they start glowing with a white light. And once they start glowing, then you other guys start seeing this, and they glow brighter and brighter, almost as if they're like a small little white like bonfire. And then that light fades and disappears, and they're gone. Like it's like,
Poofed into thin air.
something like that.
That was not good.
Exactly. Okay.
I
So
don't know what that was, but not good.
you guys continue running. Okay. You're how long are you going to run?
How long can I run before
Yeah.
I die?
Well, let's see. Out of everybody, who's encumbered?
No, I know. I'm a fucking pawn shop. I got everything on.
I reach out to Joplin and I trade him packs. Mine has nothing in it. I'll trade it with him.
You
so
know,
that
it's
I'm carrying.
fine. I am just at the limit.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you guys are hauling ass. And you're going to be able to run for a while. So what I need is I need some vigor rolls.
Yes, probably.
I got that hypothetically.
I don't.
Do you remember how long it took you to get from the copse of trees to where the city was?
Oh, look at Ari go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
I don't know.
Ari just. How is Ari's dressed? She's dressed in robes, right?
Yeah.
So she hikes up her robes and she's just running.
But it's like weird. I know I'm running not to get away from these people, but to get back to the mainland where
Yes.
hopefully we'll get more instructions.
I'm gonna spend a persistent to re-roll that because
Okay.
I think this is important.
Yeah, a little
You
bit.
think anybody from Saving Throw Show is watching, so it could say, "Hey, we're rolling vigor with our big D."
No, because they're streaming right now.
Right now,
I just
yeah.
noticed I got a notification because I'm in their Discord channel because I'm a
Oh.
traitor.
Yes. Okay, so you guys are running, and you can run. You can sustain this run because all of you succeeded pretty good. You're able to run if you break it down into like a jog and you keep at it, so you're not like running full tilt. But you're putting a good clip in between you guys. Okay, and you're just now starting to get out of the really rocky part and into some of the more scrub brush and different things in the area, and you hear a. What the hell was that? Hold on. That's better. Okay.
It's like a lion crow.
Better by what metric?
Bird to
Yeah.
What?
All right, one more. There we go.
Okay, so it's that specific sound is why it's better. I get
There
it.
you go. It kind of like echoes through the air, and
Oh no.
you see you guys look to where it's at, and you can see it because it's pretty obvious. There's a really big bird. It's it's white.
Oh fuck.
and-
Fuck.
and it's really big, and it's starting to circle down, and it's following you guys, and it's coming closer, and it's coming down farther and farther. Uncle Tony's sidekick just followed. Excellent. See, that's what I aspire to be like Uncle Tony. Just because of that.
he's sort of like Batman's first Robin.
So he's not Damien then?
Exactly.
Damien's the best. But what I was going to say is, so his name is Dick. Is what you're
Steal that one. That's
Yeah. Okay. So,
So he's Uncle Tony's side dick? We need to have a discussion.
Look at how quickly we write jokes in this room.
there you go. So it's coming and it's circling down and it's getting closer and
It's
closer
a bird.
and closer. It's a big bird.
It's a bird.
It's
Hate birds.
not like Sesame Street big bird, as in it's probably a
It's a
bird.
pebble?
If you were to take 3 cows, full grown, like Texas Longhorn type cows, and smush them into one big bird, for lack of a better analogy, that's what you got.
Okay.
It's like a bird.
And it's getting closer as it's circling down and it's circling down.
Well,
That's better. See, I got it. I found my stride.
is there that copse of trees anywhere? No, any cover anywhere?
Everybody give me a notice roll.
Because I think we shouldn't be running out in the open.
And this is more to discern.
I used to have
Plus
I used to have
2 is
Mojo.
useless.
Well, Ari, you, and so does Joplin. Joplin too. Ari and
I'm
Joplin.
a wild die.
You see it's no really clumps of the trees, but there is definitely a nice big pile of boulders and rocks that is well within range. Perhaps you could find some nooks and crannies within those.
Let's fucking try. Let's see if we can find something to like hide from this. I don't think how would we fight a bird.
I have nothing to fight a bird right now.
Yeah, if we can't outwit a bird, we're in a lot of trouble.
Let's
I don't
try
think
and
it's a
hide
matter of outwitting it so much.
as outrunning it.
We can't outrun a huge bird of prey.
We can at least beat it to the rocks. Let's
Yep.
go and try
Let's
fucking.
try-
You
let's try
can
to beat
definitely
to the
make
rocks.
it to the rocks. Okay, so is I take it, Joplin, you're going to point it out. Is Ari going to point it out to him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
You put, hey, there, maybe in the rock. Okay, so you guys start running, and as you guys start making it towards those rocks, it's almost as if the bird senses it, and it stops this circling, and it dives, and it's coming straight down for you guys. Okay. So I need each and every one of you to give me a vigor roll, another vigor roll.
What?
Come
Already?
on, baby. Don't let me down. I'm gonna re-roll that. I'm gonna spend. I'm gonna spend another.
Oh, okay. I got to tell everybody. Okay, so this is the second round of vigor rolls. We got Ari with the high of 5. Phoenix got a 2.
And a
Brian got a 2, and Joplin got a 3.
And I will be spending a Benny to re-roll that vigor.
Okay,
because-
is anybody else going
Oh,
to spend a Benny for this? I will tell you what this vigor roll is. The vigor roll is how quickly you're pumping your legs to outrun the diving giant bird that's coming down. You feel if you were to fail this vigor roll that the bird might catch up with you before you reach the rocks.
Ah, shit! I knew I shouldn't have.
Wow.
You can always
know,
spend another one.
I think this is
Yeah.
worth it. This is going to be worth it. So yes, I am going to spend another persistent.
Okay, so Phoenix gets a success with a 6.
Okay.
Ari fails again. Oh no, you succeeded the first time, Ari. You didn't need to reroll.
Oh,
So don't worry about that. You can keep your Benny. Brian ends up succeeding. Now, Joplin, are you going to sacrifice yourself for the betterment of the team?
I'm not gonna re-roll my vigor, but
Excellent.
I think I could still evade this bird.
Ooh, I like it.
As do I. Okay. Well, with that in mind. Oh, what did I just? Yep. I just pulled out something.
no!
Oh no.
Yep. It's an ish time. Big bird. Let me add the big bird to it. And unfortunately, there's no real map in this guy, so
That's okay.
we're just going to we'll try to
Theater of the mind.
theater of the mind, and we'll verbally allow you to know what's going on and who's doing what and so forth. and so on.
No map of the orgy room. No map of the bird
Yeah.
fight. I'm disappointed doubly.
Yeah, if you
All
look
right.
at it, we're kind of in a cockfight now.
Oh,
Ba-dum-bum.
here we go again.
Oops, I did it wrong. Hold on.
So we're running through these boulders, right? Guess we're stuck between a rock and a hard place.
Ba-dum-bum.
Yay.
That was a really good joke. I just want everyone to really think about the layers to that one.
Also, well, I can't take all the credit. That's actually a book from the Zank series by Pierce Anthony, Between a Rock and a Hard Place. So, but bringing it back.
There was layers to that one. I like that.
Oh, it didn't do my bird though.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
It did you guys, but it didn't do the bird. Oh, hold on. A
Bird
second.
got everyone's favorite playing card, a 0.
Yeah. Let's try this. See if it does that. Which it did it last time. I don't know why it didn't do it this
Oh
time.
crap! We're fighting the DM now. That's
right.
DM is a playable character. This is some downloadable content we got here.
There you go.
Stream.
Right now we're setting up the initiative order, and it's showing the nameplates. So that's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, exactly. So let me try.
Off screen.
Oh, yeah, because this is the one I want. There it goes. Okay, it got it. All right. All right. Let me reorder my card suit. Okay, so Brian, you get to go first. This bird is making it's coming down, and you're pretty sure that it's going to get Joplin, because Joplin's kind of like everybody else is tore ass off. They're heading for these rocks, and Joplin, even with the lighter pack, is still, in the rear. So and it looks like he's coming down on him. So what's Brian going to do?
Do I see Joplin's lagging behind?
Mm-hmm.
Is there any ability that I can innately have to help him dodge or something?
Not really, but you could go back and
I would
allow you to fall. I would allow you to fall back with him, and you could perform the help action for Joplin, depending on what Joplin wants to do. Like if Joplin's going to pull out and shoot a crossbow, there's not really anything you can help with that. But if he's going to attempt to keep the bird at bay by sticking out his dagger at it, well, you've got a spear. I would allow that kind of a help action. So you fall back. You can fall back to him, and then you guys can surmise what you want to do.
I mean, I think I think Brian would know as much about birds as I do, which is absolutely nothing. All I know is that they don't crash down into the ground; they swoop. So what I'm going to try to do is run over there. I'm not going to tell him. I'm going to grab him, and I'm going to try to hit the deck with him and try to just lay as flat as possible.
That's smooth. So it just kind of swoops over you.
Hopefully, or it grabs us by our face. Who knows?
Perfect. Okay, so this is going to all happen because the bird goes right next. So this is perfect.
Oh, good.
So what we're going to do here is I want you to give me do you have any type of unarmed fighting or anything along these lines? If not,
unarmed fighting?
Yeah. Okay. So then what we're going to do is we're going to make this a what's the word? What's the one I'm looking for? Agility. That's it. You need to give me an agility roll to basically grab him and pull him to the side so that he doesn't get hit. You can assist in this if you want, Joplin, even though it's not your turn, unless you're going to fight it and say, hell no! I'm going to take this bird on!
If he's trying to tackle me flat to the ground,
yes,
I'm gonna let him.
Okay, so
with this caveat, he's got to end up on top of me.
Of course.
Never mind.
I will give you a +2 to this, Brian, when you attempt.
I appreciate it. Let's see it.
Let's do it.
Not good enough. I'm gonna Benny that. That was a 3x3.
Mm-hmm.
I have 2 more left. The persistence.
You would have got a 5, but
not good enough.
Oh, he rolls a 1 and a 3 this time.
So I'm down to 1 persistent.
How
1
about
penny
this?
left.
Hold on. Before we count the second roll, we're going to have your first roll stand, because basically this is kind of because I don't want you to burn through a bunch of shit. Because
it's my choice.
Well, the bird's coming, so I'm going to make the bird's attack roll.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because if that 5 is enough, then you're golden, man. There's no worries. So let's see here. Yeah, all right. Here it comes.
This.
Okay.
Oh, you that 5 succeeded, and I rolled twice, and I got the same thing both times, even though I shouldn't. So there you go. So yes, that 5 was enough to succeed. And who just did? Malane Ray. Oh, we're at was that 1,550? Oh, only 450 away till another persistent Benny. If you would like to help them and not see them die, which we covered a little bit earlier. But,
so it's essentially,
yeah. So that's what happens: is the bird flies over, and your 5 was just enough to tackle him at the
Wow.
last second as the claws come. They actually even like rip the back of they scrape across the back of your chain shirt that you wear. And Joplin, you're falling to the ground. It's actually technically your turn. So if you would like to try and do something as you fall to the ground, you're more than welcome to.
Yes.
And what would that be? Oh God! Oh God! Oh God! Oh God! Oh gods!
As Brian
Burden,
comes
burden.
rushing in and grabs Joplin and pulls him to the ground,
Mm-hmm.
the most amazing thing happens.
Mm-hmm.
And that is a little burst of black flame seems to come up. I don't know if Brian notices it or not, but it kind of envelops Joplin and it sucks him down into the earth.
I think I would notice if you disappear, man. Like,
Give him some
oh,
fucking-
Joplin, you and your tricks.
You
Yeah.
actually think you pushed Joplin into the ground. Like you landed on him and then he's gone. I'm like, oh my God, what did I do? Okay, cool. Yeah. So
Yeah, I'm stunned silence from me.
this is
whatever.
how this works. Okay, there it is. So the casting modifier, you see that -3 that's right there, Joplin?
Right.
What that means is you're going to have to roll, and you'll get a -3 to your roll. to
What am I
make it-
rolling? Just spell casting?
Yeah, your spellcasting ability. So you're
Okay.
going to roll that, and you're still going to have to hit a 4 with taking a -3. The way you don't get the minuses when you cast is if you take a round for each minus
Power
in
it up.
the casting. You can
Power it
cast
up.
automatically. But yeah. So there you go. So let's see what happens. Go ahead and roll. Let's see what.
Basically,
see
This is
what
the
happens.
first time trying it. Let's
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah. Let's see. It could happen. It could still happen. Okay. So no, it does not.
It's a two.
Because you got
But what if I
twos.
Benny that?
Benny,
Yeah.
Benny.
Benny,
You
Benny.
can totally Benny that.
I'm gonna Benny that.
Yeah.
I want to see it. I want to
He
see
rolled a
Benny.
total
Oh,
of
please,
two.
please. I want this to happen so bad.
Four to pass. Four to pass.
Come on.
Let's see.
Oh,
Oh, and it does. He rolls and gets a 15.
Oh, yes.
Woohoo. Okay. So
15, everybody. 15 is what Joplin
15.
has rolled.
Big time 15.
okay, so this is what happens is you got, we've got Brian runs over just as the bird swoops in, tackles you, and as you both land on the ground, he like hits the ground and Joplin just goes completely into the earth. Okay, so that's that. Ari.
So I'm gonna go ahead and just keep going toward the rocks and
Get it.
ready, maybe just an entangle in case the bird lands. I don't think he's going to, but
You never know.
yeah.
Okay. All right. Phoenix, you just saw.
Yeah, fuck.
Well, here's the thing. You're running ass too, but you're probably looking over your shoulder. Same thing with Ari. Both of you guys give me notice rolls.
Right, I'm behind. I probably didn't.
Well,
Yeah, you
you're,
didn't
you're
see
prepping a spell, so you just hauled ass and you didn't prep. And actually, if you want, you saw it. And same thing, Phoenix. That's a success on your roll. So basically, you look over your shoulder because you hear it coming. Because you've got you're concerned with your own life if you have to maybe dive out of the way, and you see Brian tackle Joplin, and you see them both hit the ground, and you see Joplin disappear.
Yeah.
And then the
I
bird
full
just
on,
goes back up into the air.
I full on pull like one of those like anime power slides, where as I'm like looking over my shoulder, I like my feet slide out from underneath me, I hit my knees, and I like drop down to like a runner stance and start running back in the other direction towards them. Like what the
Whoa,
fuck
really?
just happened? Yeah, I'm just gonna like start running back towards them to try and grab, because Brian just tackled someone. I'm assuming you're prone now, right? Like,
Yeah.
Brian's laying
Yeah.
on the ground.
so I'm running back to try and grab him with my turn. I mean, if I can get to him
Yeah,
and
you
lift
can
him.
you can totally get to him
Yeah,
and
on
you
my
can totally
turn.
help him up.
to try and keep him from losing distance on his next turn. So
you
we
can
both
totally
kinda-
run over and grab Brian by the back of his chain shirt and stuff and pull him up to his feet.
And I just start running again. And I'm like, I look at the ground where Joplin was, and assuming there's no scorch marks or anything, I assume...
there's some. I'm assuming there's some like disturbed earth, possibly,
Yeah,
right?
that's
Well, he
something.
said fire, black
I
fire.
see
So
I see it as a Pearden thing, so there's maybe a little scorch mark, a little circle of burned earth and some smoke, but that's all.
There you
As
go.
we go by, I kick the dirt just a little bit, just to disturb it. And Joplin, did anything happen?
you
No.
kick him, he kicks you in the head.
And then as long as Brian will come with me, I try and get him so we can start running. Assuming Joplin figured something out or is dead.
Right.
I
Excellent.
mean, like I don't. I think I would try. Normally, I would want to stay to figure it out, but consider there's a bird of prey above us. I'm just going to like stutter and then just run.
Cool.
I did it again. Dang it.
I think I'm too dumbfounded to
It's
yeah,
cover.
get the cover.
Yeah.
I must be dealing the wrong things. I thought I was doing this one, right? Yeah, there it goes. Okay, I just got to make sure you hit the right button. Okay.
Oh, look who goes first.
Yeah.
Did Ari go? What did Ari?
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I went.
She's prepping her spell.
Oh, that's right. Entangle, right?
Okay.
Got it.
So you guys turn around, right? You pick up Brian and then you start running back towards the safety of the rocky cropping, and the bird it just does a quick bank and just turns around, and starts coming back down towards the rocks, and it looks like it's going. This time, it's coming towards both Phoenix and Brian. It's coming down towards you guys, and
Fuck.
here we go. Let's see what happens.
I think we're the best two targets, though.
Yeah, you are the best two targets.
Hmm.
Ooh, especially when you roll that low.
Yep, it
Holy
missed.
shit.
What you just do?
So right now the bird is rolling d8s.
Yeah.
And I think I like my chances right now.
All
Oh,
right,
just one claw? One claw, that's it?
there we go. How about
Oh.
that?
There's the other. Oh, there was only one
That's
claw,
the-
guys.
Yeah, that was the bird.
Yes.
That was the beak. Yeah.
No,
That
it
was
just
the beak.
it tried to grab you and it failed terribly. Okay, Joplin, you're in your limbo thingy there.
But I can
You can
pop
move
out for a sneak attack now.
if you want. Yeah, it's kind of flying. I mean, you can also move.
I can, and I don't know if you read the thing. This is actually taken straight from the book. I can move up to 8 inches, and in parentheses, 16 yards.
Mm-hmm. That doesn't make sense, but okay.
Exactly. I think
'Cause-
that's a typo.
Yeah, because I'm going to rule this is that you can move up to your normal move is 6 inches on the field or squares.
Yeah.
So it's going to be, instead of it being, we've decided that 40 was normal. You can move 20. You move half, and if in 3 rounds you would get to those rocks traveling under the
Okay,
ground.
so 3 rounds later is when I
You would
okay,
pop up
let's
in
head
those
for,
rocks.
head for those rocks, and I'll pop out in 3 rounds.
Is he
if
blind?
The rest of them are still alive.
Yeah.
He has a general idea of where he is and where he's at.
It is sort of it's described as a limbo, but it's also with sort of an awareness of where I'm at in relation to the world. So I should be able to pop up.
Yeah. It's sort of like you're in another dimension almost.
I got it.
Brian,
It's new for me
Yes.
too.
I take it you're hauling ass, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, Paul and ass, but I'm not going to try to outpace Phoenix or just try to keep up with him.
Okay, both of you guys will make it to the rocks.
Okay, good.
Because you have the ability to do that the extra move. Well, I should say, hold on a second. Go ahead and both of you roll the d6 to see how much extra you move.
Oh, D6.
Nice, Brian. Okay. So basically, what I'll say is both of you will move an extra 4, which is enough.
Okay, cool.
You guys will both make it there. Okay, because one's helping the other sort of thing, so it kind of balances it out. Okay.
As we're going, like,
Mhm.
is Ari? Do I see? Just where is she in relate? Ari, where are you in relation to all this?
Well, I mean, I'm ahead because I didn't turn around,
Right.
and there was the one I think. I don't know. I was making it away to the rocks, but I don't know how far away I am from the rocks. per
You
se.
make it into the rocks. But it's like, let's put it this way, because you have the 6 to move. You made it to the rocks in 3.
Oh, okay.
So you still made it there and have your action to do whatever you would like to do at this point in time.
Okay. Where is the bird?
It's circling around again, getting ready to make another. It's going to try to attempt to dive, another dive on Phoenix and Brian.
Okay. Let me look. Hang on. I am going to. So I had readied entangled, but it was more or less just to protect me. I'm going to go ahead and fear. I have fear, so I'm going to ready it for the next round. So I'm going to take 2 rounds.
You're going to attempt to fear when it comes in range. What's the range on that fear?
Essentially, so it says a large burst template and then smarts times 2. So my smarts is, where is it?
Did we ever figure out what that meant as far as distances goes?
I think it's pretty fucking far.
Yes, it is. But we'll
I think
figure it
that's a. I should have written it down. I'm sorry. But.
So
Smarts times 2 sounds like an addition of inches to the radius, but I don't know. That's me guessing. 100% guessing.
Yeah, that's all I want.
But since we're not using a grid, you can just be a DM's call.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm just looking to see how
Are you
high
sure?
up. Well, it's definitely going to come within range when it makes its dive.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
And so I guess that's more or less what I'm holding it for.
But here's the other thing is that you guys make it to the rocks before its next turn.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to not dive. So what I want you to do, do you have that PDF? Can you look that up?
Yeah, I'm looking for it.
Okay.
I can do that as we wait. Or as
Yeah,
we
go ahead and do that, because then I'll continue the narrative up until this point. Because you are correct, it is going to be a hell of a distance, but I just need to know it is. Okay, all right. So Phoenix is running. I started off the round, so it is time for a new deal. Okay, so let's see what we get here in the new deal. Dun, 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 dun. Bloop. Oh, look at that.
There we go.
Okay, Phoenix
wow.
and Brian, you guys are in the rocks. So you're in the rocks now.
Yeah.
What are
I'm
you
gonna get
do?
out my. I don't usually use it, but I'm gonna get out the shillelagh because I don't want to have to punch a bird.
I was
So-
like, what if we wrestle it? Like you grab a
Yeah.
talon, I grab a talon, and we suplex it like into the
Well,
ground.
and that's what I was gonna say. I'm gonna say like if it gets close enough, I want to try and jump on this thing. I can see. It's probably pretty strong, but I feel like we could probably break a wing or something. Take this thing out.
Okay. Not to ride it.
No, no.
I was like that.
Although
Cool, though. It looked really
maybe.
cool. Yeah.
They were watching too much Game of Thrones.
It could
The
happen.
wings swoop out from behind me. I'll tell Brian I'm waiting. If it gets close enough, I'm gonna hold my action more or less to try and grapple the bird. But I've got my stick out just to defend in case I have to fight it eventually.
Okay, so basically you're going to hold that until the bird is within range
Yeah.
of you to do something. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
See, and I even made these things, and it's not on here. So,
Oh.
so much for my damn cheat sheets.
Oh, belligerate with an excellent pull. Falcor.
Well,
Excellent pull.
all these references tonight.
So, all right. So you're holding on to that. Ari, you're holding on to your fear spell. It appears to just be circling.
Oh,
And it is a good, we're going to say, over 200 feet in the air circling.
I found
Go
the
ahead.
range for smarts. So it says, if so, read smarts as inches on the tabletop, twice that in yards. So
Okay.
Twice that in yards. Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
so Joplin's 16 yards
Yeah.
is really in the book.
I thought it seemed wrong, but 16 yards, yeah. for a
Yeah,
D8.
so it's a smarts of D10, for example, means power can cast up to 10 inches, and my range is smarts times 2.
Okay. So basically, the way I've been doing it is that we'll go ahead and because 5, 10, 15, 20. So we're going to say each one of these just to make it easier right now, because each one of these inches we're going to say is 10 feet.
Okay.
Okay. So if you roll your smarts times 2, so that's you roll 2d8, that is that many
10.
feet, right? Okay. So, and it's your smarts plus what?
Smarts plus the large burst template, which I didn't figure out what that meant.
Yeah. Well, and we'll just say large burst template is 30 feet for right now, because I'm not going to bother with looking that up right now.
Okay.
So 30 plus 2d8 in distance.
2d10.
2d10. So quite a bit. So you're looking at 180 feet.
Yeah.
Is what you could do, and I'll allow you to keep that for
Right.
the spell, even though you're not casting it. Technically, it's supposed to be as you do it, sort of dealio.
Yeah.
Okay, it is out of your range. Okay,
Okay.
so it's just circling, and it's. Oh wait a minute, that's not that.
That's a different bird.
Yeah.
I know that bird.
And then, okay, so Joplin, just because we're going to technically get out of like a niche for right now.
Yeah.
And then, so Joplin, what happens, man?
Where's Brian?
I think we're in the rocks. We're in the rocks.
If I can pop up just behind Brian, great.
Would I notice?
Roll me a notice and
Oh.
just get a success.
I'm going to use a Benny.
No, not Brian.
Oh.
Joplin rolls it.
Oh, okay, okay.
Am I rolling a notice or stealth?
It says
I'll
stealth.
allow stealth. I'll allow stealth. Yeah,
Opposed by
I'll roll-
notice.
Let me roll a stealth.
yeah, you can oppose it. But you got a success. You got a 4. So I'll allow you to roll a notice there, Brian. So you're not,
Beat a 4.
Let's
not
see.
scared
Let's see it.
shitless.
PvP.
Oh!
My eyes are to the sky
Brian
right now.
rolls double 2s. That is a fail. So okay, so tell me what happens, guys.
So with a little crackle of a little scorching of the earth, I'll pop up in a little black flame right behind Brian and go, boo.
And I'll turn on to step. Ah! Oh, Joplin, you're here. I thought you were out there.
Oh no, that's just a trick. Just another one of my tricks.
Oh, see, I knew it. Ah, man. Can you teach me that?
That one's a little more difficult, but we'll work on it. We'll start with the coins. They're much easier.
I'm just glad you're here, and I'm just going to hug him.
Aw. That's
So sweet.
Looks like Brian's faith is infectious.
Very much so. Okay, cool. All right, so yeah, the bird is just circling. It seems to be waiting, and it's just like hovering on the updrafts and what have you, just circling around, really lazy like, flapping every once in a while, waiting.
I want to see how smart this thing is. I'm going to step out just far enough from the rocks to see if it's going to try and swoop me if it sees me near the rocks.
Oh yes, it does.
Then
So
I
you-
dive back into the rocks.
When you, but this is what happens is you step out just a little bit and you notice that it starts circling lower. Like it doesn't automatically just go into a dive bomb. It seems to have noticed you and it started circling lower.
I think we're gonna have to do something about this thing. There's no way around this. We either run, which I don't think seems like a good idea, or I draw it out and you guys kill it.
Well, I think what we have to ask first is, are we in a rush? And I'm going to take a seat on like a boulder, or maybe on the dirt, and just catch my
So
breath.
essentially what this place is, there's all kinds of like big boulders and stuff, and there's like little nooks and crannies in between them. So like you can sit down in there. So basically it would have to come down and reach down in between boulders and stuff to get at you. It's not as if you're just sitting on top of the boulder, because they would be like, sweet, just coming to get you. So basically you're preventing it from sweeping down and just picking you off.
Yeah. Maybe there's an elven cache of weapons or something.
I think only one of us has anything that would do anything to this thing.
You're
From
right.
range.
Joplin has a
I
crossbow.
I assumed you guys could just fire magic out of your hands, you magic people. All right, well,
Yeah.
They have to. It has to be closer. I can't reach it right now.
Well, I can get it.
Crossbow would have to be closer, I think.
I can get it closer. I mean, that worked.
That's too risky, Phoenix. If you get snatched, what?
Well, if it snatches me, then I snatch it back, and you guys just have to kill it before it kills me.
I think every bunny thought about that. About falcons, and I don't think that works out. I don't know if you can wrestle a giant bird into the ground.
Oh, no, I don't think I can, but if you kill it hard enough, then maybe I can.
I'm going to take a look around, and then I'm just going to walk and see if there's anything else here. Maybe a tunnel,
There's
the ground.
You know what? There's a whole bunch of rocks.
There's nothing to do but fight this bird.
I'm going to try. I'm going to try to look. You gotta believe.
Yeah, let's take a look around. Let's see if we can find another path, I guess, before we try and kill this thing.
We might find some, like, I don't know, copper or something, or a coal. It's got to mine it out of the wall. Who knows?
You
I don't
find
know.
some weeds, you find some dirt, you find some rocks.
All right,
you guys
well,
find.
my plan is sounding better and better by the minute.
I guess that's our only plan. And I'm going to find like 3 rocks and put them in my pocket. If I
Yeah,
can.
you can find for throwing, like to chuck.
I don't know. I'm surprised I have not done that yet. So
Okay, you
I'll
have.
put 3 rocks in my pocket.
Okay. You've got 3 rocks in your pocket, sir.
Dude,
In the inventory.
Joplin, did you have a sling before that you could lend to?
I do actually.
Right here,
I was
he-
just looking at that.
Melenre, it did attack them,
Yeah.
and they ran to the safety of an outcropping of boulders that they can hide in between these nooks and crannies where the big ass bird can't swoop down and grab them. And they're hiding there currently as the bird circles in the sky above them.
Maybe, yeah. I mean, I can't do much against it unless I get close. So I think I'm the only one who's going to be able to go out there and be the bait. At the very least, I might be able to injure it while you guys do the damage that
Well,
kills the thing
now-
from further away.
Not to toot my own horn or anything, but it turns out I've got that neat little trick where I can, out of into the
You
dirt.
just disintegrate into nothing? Like, what if it picks you up into the air? Can you poof and teleport back here like you did?
Well, it's not quite like that, but if it comes to swoop down on me, I can just, disappear into the earth again.
He has a good point.
And-
How long does it take you to prepare that?
And I have to say, Joplin, you are incredibly amazed that you can do that.
I know.
Because this just came to you in an epiphany as you saw the ground rushing up towards you with Briam on your back. The knowledge that this was within you was like that. And when you came in contact with the ground, that little fire that you felt inside of you, it seemed to rush throughout your entire body and warm you up before it went in. And that
Shot a
happened.
fireball or something. Jaeger.
Fireball in your heart.
Let's start smaller, but
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
But I feel like if I could concentrate for a few minutes, I might be ready to do it again.
All right. Well, sure. I mean, we might as well at least try that. I mean, I'm not going to be able to do much from back here, though.
But when it
So
comes,
we only have the sling.
when it comes down close to the ground, Ari, you can entangle it, can't you?
I can do all sorts of shit, but I can't when it's all the way the fuck up there.
I'll be the bait.
That sounds like a better idea than me getting eaten by a bird. So I mean,
I don't like the whole bait idea, but I don't have any other plan. So
all right. Well, Joplin, thanks for offering to do that.
Oh no, it's my pleasure.
I was kind of expecting to get a little bit torn up there. So,
So I will say, I'll let you know what the mechanics of this would be. Okay. So essentially, you would go out to away from the rocks to draw its attention enough so that it would then start to swoop down on you. Then you would get ready to, as it comes down, you would start casting. So we would then deal the cards and see where it falls versus how quick you cast versus how quick it descends on you.
Well, that's all right.
Okay.
Let's roll them dice.
Okay. All
Let's
right.
do it.
what a gambler.
Okay. So everybody knows
But
what.
I do still get the preparation rounds. Am I correct?
Yes, I will allow
Oh,
those
I-
preparation rounds to be
Concentrated
intact.
Okay, good, yeah, that's fair.
You do not
That's fair.
have
Yeah.
you do not have your negatives. You're
Okay.
getting ready for it. Okay, so let's
He has to
go
roll a
ahead.
4, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
just a 4.
That's doable. That's very
And-
doable.
Yep.
And I'm just going to state for the record that I'm going to be as close to the edge of the rocks as possible, kind of in a starting block, like runner's stance, to try and get out there as quick as possible once this all goes down. Since,
I mean, we're supposed to attack it, right?
yeah.
So this is what happens. Everybody gets prepared to do whatever you're going to do.
Mhm.
Joplin moves out from the rocks.
Well, I also want my my crossbow out.
Okay.
So that even it looks like I'm going to take a shot at the bird, even when I go away. But I also want it when I come back because I can sneak attack it.
Well, here's the thing with that.
Oh,
You realize now that when you were heading towards the ground, well, you know what? You're a little bit of a different sort. How we're doing your stuff is a little different. So what I want you to do is roll on your Arcana for me. Just give me a roll.
what do you mean, the spell casting?
Yes, just give me, just roll whatever your die is with that. Okay. So basically it works like this. You're going to need your hands. Holding on to your crossbow is going to impede you because as you were heading towards the ground, you didn't even realize this, but you did a sign of Puritan thing and
It's a little
whatnot.
bit somatic.
Yeah, a little bit. A little bit.
All right.
I gave it an opportunity to not be, thus the roll. So,
Fair enough.
yeah. Okay, so, yeah. So, but you will have your crossbow on you. You could have it, like, slung so that,
Sure.
Okay, so Joplin goes out a little bit from the rocks.
Bait it is.
And the bird notices. And you see it start to dip a little in its circle. Joplin goes out a little bit further. It dips a little bit more and it gets lower. And you can tell as you keep moving out, it keeps getting lower. And you're starting to see that you're getting to a point where, like, I don't know if I'd be able to run and make it back in time yet. And essentially, once you reach around where it would be a full round to run back to the rocks, then it starts diving down at you. So essentially what we're looking at here is it is basically you're roughly 40 feet away from the rocks, okay, when it makes its dive. So let's go ahead and we're going to deal the cards now.
Oh, come on. Let's.
Am I going to go before the bird?
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm going to go before the bird. I'm going to
So-
pick up a Benny.
There it is.
Joplin got the black
Ev-
joker.
Everybody just got bennies. Okay,
Thank you
so
for the Joker,
bird,
Joplin.
the bird starts diving down. It is all on its. It is like really, really like just hauling ass down. Okay, and then I take it you're going to cast your spell and go into the ground.
I want since I have the Joker, I'd love this to happen right at the perfect moment.
I
Like,
would
right
too.
before the bird is at the closest point to the ground.
I got it. You still got to roll.
What
The beauty of
Okay.
it is, though, is that you just earned in Benny in case you fail.
Yeah,
No.
which I will.
No, not necessarily. Let's see.
That's first time using. Here we go. Spellcasting.
Yeah.
You did it. No problem with a raise, and you fall. You go right down into the dirt, and its claws are out like coming down just like an eagle. You know what I mean? Coming down, its claws come up to grab you, and it just like woof, right through the air. And it seems like the bird is taken. It was like oh, and it is. Definitely at odds that it's confused even that you evaded it. Hey Phoenix,
So I just take off running, and I'm gonna try and can I close the distance between me and it this round? Can I get to it?
yes, because it appears that it's so confused that it's actually going to touch down.
Awesome.
Ooh.
So I want to get in close enough that I can hold it until Ari can cast Entangle. So I'm going to try and grapple this fucking bird.
Okay, it is way bigger than you. You're not going to be able to grapple it, but you can keep its attention.
Okay.
by-
So
you
actually,
can
you know what?
hold
Then?
on to it, but
I'm
that's
gonna
not going to
try-
keep it from flying away with you on it. But
I'm going to try and
Uh-huh.
kick the bird hard enough, like where its wing, like where its joint is. I'm going to try and kick it hard enough that
Heard
that
it.
it can't go. That's
sounds
where I'm going to try and hurt it.
Is that a called shot?
this is a called shot.
Yes, it is.
Okay, so the called shot's what, -2?
-2, I think.
You're gonna kick it in the chin, essentially.
Yeah, you're gonna run up and kick it in its chin.
Well, it's like its
Yeah.
armpit, really, I think is where you
Birds
get
have
more.
shins.
No, like elbow. Like
Okay.
this is its wing right in here. I'm gonna try and
I'm just trying to imagine a Popeyes like chicken piece. Like, what piece is he talking about exactly? What
you know what?
Uh-oh,
You know what, it's not so
thank
much
you,
a kick
Ray.
as a
Melenre
knee
likes
drop. I'm gonna try and like
Melenre!
knee it in the elbow, in
Okay.
the bird elbow.
Okay,
You just
go.
got another 100.
Okay, so
give us a roll.
Something amazing.
come on,
Thank you,
come on, come on, come on,
Melenre,
come on,
you're
come on,
the
come on.
You got that? You just got that Joker. Oh,
Oh, there you go.
oh, 9. It's a 9. Wow, D10s, man. That's good.
Okay. Oh, with plus a +2 for the so that actually wasn't that great of a roll if you actually look at it because I have a +2 for
Dude, it's
Yeah.
good. It's
How
good.
it
Arsenal
Nine.
combat.
notice.
And
It has to be good.
Ah,
it actually you hit it, and it appears to you have shaken this bird. It's
do I
confused.
need to roll damage on this one?
Oh
or-
no, that's right. You got to roll damage. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. My bad. I always do that.
Oh.
The because you beat its you
Yeah.
beat its toughness by 1.
Oh,
Oh.
bird. He rolled 17 damage. 17 damage. That's really good.
Oh, please tell me that bird is meant to get hit, not a OP monster that we're
God bird.
gonna get destroyed by right now.
You do that. You come running over, and birds, have these hollow bones. You hear a crack from where you hit it, and its one wing kind of goes and falls down, and you think you maybe broke a wing.
Now I have a second hit as well with
Oh, yeah.
my
Mhm.
with my
Mhm.
combat here, so I'm gonna try and just like. I'm assuming this is a big enough bird. I can't just go around to the other side of it and try and do the other wing. So I'm
No.
assuming it with
Big
my
shot.
movement. I'm gonna try and just like I'm gonna lean into that, hit it in the same spot again if I can,
Okay, go ahead.
Hold it again.
just to make sure it doesn't get away.
Nope.
No.
You got Benny that? We got that Joker, Benny.
You just got a Benny.
We got
I did just get the Joker, Benny. Yeah, sure.
Persistent,
Yeah.
persistent Bennies. or not going anywhere.
Yeah, you know what? And I do have one
Yeah,
left.
sweep the leg.
Sweep the
Cobra Kai.
Sweep the leg.
I don't want to go for oh wait, God, that was a called shot. Don't I get extra bonus damage on called shot too?
Oh,
Yeah, you do.
Is that how?
I don't remember. I don't remember
You do. Let's just double check here.
because I might not roll the Benny if I got a real like crippling hit on that thing.
I just got to look up the called shot part of it. Because you're right, it does do extra.
that's the benefit, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's our first called shot of the campaign, I believe.
Sometimes the character may want to target a particular body part, disarming foe, blah, blah, blah. If the modifier to the attack roll depends on the scale of the target itself, not the creature it's part of, use the scale modifier table.
So that might
Okay.
might affect.
Hand or vitals, item, limbs, which this would have been a limb. Okay.
Yeah.
It's just -2. So we were right.
Okay.
We were right.
Cool.
With that. Okay. It's a modifier bonus to penalty, normal scales. It does not.
Oh.
I thought it did, but it does not. Normal scale creatures along with, I think basically what it is if you hit a particular area that's particularly prone, like a
it could be like a wound or some sort of
I think it
That
lowers.
would
because
be-
right here, head or vitals, hitting the head or vital organs of living creatures adds +4 damage to the attacker's total. You were going for essentially you wanted to disable a wing. This is not a vital.
Gotcha.
thing.
So the
So
bonus
for a
is that
bird-
the bonus is more or less that I did the thing that I was trying to do.
Yeah, that's it.
Correct. Now, if you were to hit, let's just say, for example, if you were pulling this on a human and you said, I want to whack him in his head, you would get a -4 to the roll. And if it succeeds, then you get the +4 to the damage. So,
Gotcha.
Yeah. So,
Okay, then maybe I will roll a Benny on that second attack just for the fuck of it and see if I can hit this thing a little harder.
because you just whopped it with two wounds.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's see if I can. Nope. Does that hit?
Oh,
11?
11, dude. What are
Yes.
you talking about? So 9 hit last time.
Yep, that hit.
Right.
Damage.
So right. Yeah. Forgot about that. Oh.
Doesn't do anything. You can Benny damage.
I can, but I'm gonna hold on that. I feel like
Okay.
I did my part in the plan so far.
Yeah,
We're-
because
It
it sounds
our
like
plan's actually going on pretty
it
well.
sounds like you broke a
Pretty
wing.
good.
Yeah. Okay. That was Phoenix. Hey, Brian.
Following up, if I can make the distance as well, I'm just using my spear and try to just lance it through its heart if I can.
Okay,
Or
go ahead.
body.
Run out there and give it an attack. You're totally allowed.
Fighting.
That's a miss.
I'm going to use my last persistent Benny to redo that
Go right
because
ahead.
I think this is pretty important. That's a 6.
Nope. Still not.
I'm going to use the Joker Benny this
Okay.
time. I'm going to mark that off. Also, the times.
No.
Okay, this is the one. This is the one.
This is it.
Oh!
Ta-da! You got it, and you
Wow.
got
Yeah.
it with a ray, so you'll get an extra. You'll get extra damage.
Oh, I hope because I definitely need it.
Mhm.
So 12.
Oh, okay.
So
That's-
12.
That's good. That's good, right?
You hit it with a raise, so it's got 3 wounds and it is shaken. So it's looking pretty bad. You just ran up and stabbed it. 4th is where you die.
Ah.
4th is where you die. This is basically you've gotten it to the point where it's looking really, really, really bad.
Awesome.
Okay. All right. It gets to go,
Something even gonna get to me?
That's fine. That's fine by me.
and it's going not after Brian. It's going after
Ooh.
Phoenix. Its big old beak comes. Uh-oh.
Oh, that's a raise.
It's mad at you.
Oh.
That
So
hits.
13 hits. Okay.
Yeah.
Against its parry.
All right. Let's see what kind of
Yeah, my
damage it
parry's
does
still
to
I mean-
you.
only 7.
As long as it. Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, he's fine.
7.
Yeah, my toughness went up last time, so it's I'm still good. My toughness is a 9 now.
Ooh,
Okay,
nice.
so it just basically it pecked at you, and it like it scraped you, it tore your clothes, whatnot, because you don't wear any armor, right? You don't have any armor, right?
I have
muscle.
just the leather jacket, and that
Okay,
adds me.
so-
I do have a bonus for that.
Okay, it tears, it gives a gash in your leather, but it doesn't penetrate your skin.
Okay.
Yeah. It would get a bonus to the damage though.
Oh.
Yeah,
because
so-
it got the raise.
So that's 12.
Yeah, that hits then. That's it's over by. Wait, actually, you know what my toughness should be? I didn't add my new bonus to my toughness. Let me just check.
Yep.
It will still hit me, but I don't know if it'll hit me as hard. I've got to check.
Where did we get 12 from? Oh,
You add the bonus to the
Yeah.
damage because it got a raise on its attack.
oh, you don't roll another dice for bonus damage.
Oh no, I'm looking up here. My bad. I do roll another die. The bonus damage is 1d6. Hold on 1 second. So 4. So 7, 8, 9,
that's
10,
11.
11 points.
Okay, and that'll hit me. I think I got a new +1 from my martial warrior. Might have added to my toughness. I can't remember.
Okay,
but
so
I'm
let's just say
fine.
your
I got
toughness
hit.
is 9.
It's 9.
So you're gonna 9, 10, 11. So it's only 2 over. So you would just be shaken at this point.
Gotcha.
Okay. I
Okay.
do believe that's correct, right? Shaken. Pretty sure.
Yeah.
Yep. 1 to 3. So you're shaken. So then you will have to roll to become unshaken the next round.
I
All
believe in you.
right. Ari.
Okay, so I have a calculating edge. So basically, anytime I get below a 5, I can ignore up to 2 points of penalties on one action that turn. So the first action I want to do without any penalties is entangle. Get it to stay where it's at.
Okay.
Spell casting theoretically.
Oh.
Okay, I'm gonna use a Benny.
Okay, good. She rolled a 3 and a 1.
Okay,
Okay,
So
there you go. She
5.
got a 5, and you use that skill to get rid of your negative. So you're even if you took the negative, you would still be good. So you succeed on your second roll with a 5. So that's fine.
right. Okay, and then so it's entangled as far as I can tell.
Yeah, and how does your entangle work again? Is it still the shadows coming up out
Yeah,
of the
from
ground?
the
to wrap around?
ground. Yeah, so I'm
Okay.
thinking probably grabbing around its ankles like usual, and then
Okay.
maybe coming up around its neck.
Sure,
but
sure.
maybe
Sure.
Not quite getting
Sure,
there yet. Okay, and then the next one I'm gonna use, and I'll just use the -2 here. I guess it's only a -1.
Mhm.
Is for bolt. I'm gonna shoot a
Shoot a
bolt,
bolt at it. Okay.
Um,
Now, this is for multiple spell casting. Is that the one that you used, your special deal? Because you're supposed to get, for each additional thing you do, there is a minus.
Right, so
Is
that's
that
what
what
calculating.
That's what that one does. Okay.
Oh,
I'm
nice.
just making sure. That's cool. Okay, cool.
God damn it.
So she rolled a 2 and a 1. Are you going to roll a,
Yeah.
the bet? There you go.
Right, so
You got
use
it.
2 bennies and that, and then.
You guys got D10s? I want a
Oh,
D10.
that didn't work. Okay, so I guess just a 2d6.
It cost me a lot of points to get that D10 in fighting.
I bet it did.
Okay. And what is your bolt? This is the first time I think you've ever used your bolt.
Oh, so it's just dark energy. I think it's coming from my fingertips.
Mhm.
Just basically putting them out in front of me, and then just dark energy shooting from them
That's
Oh,
so cool.
okay.
in the direction of the foe, obviously.
Okay, so describe how that kills it.
Oh,
Oh, nice.
I think that so once it hits, it kind of just courses through its entire body, especially the contrast between the dark energy and the light on the bird.
Okay.
You just get, rippling energy going through the
So is it
skin
like
on the bird.
sort of
and it
like
just kinda
black
turns-
lightning or something like that?
Yeah, essentially. Yeah.
Okay, so this streak of a black electricity, whatever comes from you, hits the bird, courses through it. It shakes, and then it falls down in a heap,
Right.
and it lays still.
and Joplin pops up out of the earth with his
With his crossbow, and he's like, aha!
And I go,
All right.
whoa.
Good job, guys. You killed
I missed everything.
you killed the bird. It's a good thing that you were able to spot some stones, because it was the whole idea of it is to swoop down, pick you up, and then drop you. But
Yeah, I was worried about that.
that's what it wanted to do, but it couldn't.
I don't know how fall damage works, but I want to find out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys are standing there, and you're around the this dead monstrosity of a bird, and it as you watch, it begins changing
Crap, I knew it.
and shrinking, and this large bird takes on the form eventually of 3 dead of these small guys that you saw up on the wall, and they lay there broken and battered on the ground, like arms and different
Are
kinds
they
of
are they
ways.
dead?
Yeah, they don't look like they're alive, for sure. Like one's head's turned around, definitely in a dead way. And as you guys are sitting there watching this and seeing that transform and into to the dead like alabaster people, you hear Joplin. You guys look back, and over on the rocks, you see those Zastadil birds kind of like hopping around on the rocks, and one of them like kind of hops down towards, and it's like on a rock next to where Ari is, and dead bird. And that's where
Not
we're
a
gonna
dead
end.
Whoa.
That's it for this evening.
Oh man.
What a
So-
good time. Good time.
Yeah, there it is. Oh, but correct me now. I'm bad with numbers. How many of those white guys were there on the wall?
8.
Hey,
Okay, just check. Okay, cool. All right. So, with that having been said, I would like to say thank you to everybody who's tuned in and watched this episode 8 of Tales of a Savage Land. We thank you very, very much. Hope you enjoyed it. And before we get into any of the announcements or anything, I want to go ahead and let's give our illustrious cast attempt to sign off and say goodnight. We will go ahead and start with Ari.
It's me.
Yeah.
The first this time. I played Ari tonight. My name is Grace. You can find me on most social medias as FFS Grace. And you're on Wednesday nights, I guess.
No, what do you mean you guess? You better be sure. All right, Phoenix, Dylan, go ahead, man.
hey, Dylan, Villain Trahan here. Dylan Trahan, everywhere else. I play Phoenix. Since last week, I've made a couple of videos. If you want to go over to YouTube, I will post a link once I'm done talking at you guys. You can go check out Let's Play videos because I didn't have much time, and it turns out they're really easy to turn out real quick. So if you like Aladdin on Super Nintendo, go check that out.
Excellent. All right, Uncle Tony Joplin.
N64 for life.
I'm waiting for my USB N64 controller for my ROMs.
It's hi, I'm Uncle Tony, Stupid Tony on Twitter. Follow me there. I've got some videos. I didn't post anything new this week, but you can find me on YouTube too. And
Good videos.
That's true.
Joplin's got magic now.
Woo! What do you mean? You always had magic.
I mean, yes,
Right?
Oh,
always had magic.
And last but not least,
no change.
Brian Jonathan. It's your turn, sir.
Hello. Name's Jonathan. Play Brian. Guy with the spear, just poking things and hanging out and trying to be cool. And that's it.
Trying. You succeed, sir. You
Yeah.
succeed.
Oh, please.
All right. And of course, I will DM the game master for this illustrious Savage Worlds concoction, Tales of a Savage Land. Also, here on Wicked Studios LLC, coming up soon, Return to the Bandit Kingdoms has ended. A little bit sad about that, yes. But it makes the way for us to roll into, we're going to do a play of Ghosts of Saltmarsh, which will be starting on June 11th is when we'll be kicking that off. And then that will be rolling over into our new, wait. Ah, there it is! Booyakasha! Y'all just
that's
got a
right,
persistent
guy.
Benny.
I just finished closing up my book too.
Oh man,
Perfect
that's worth
time.
opening up again.
Oh, it is.
I don't know if they appreciate Melinray, but I do.
I-
Come on, of course you
I
do.
definitely do.
Of
Especially
course.
since I just spent my last penny.
Yeah. So
I'm hoarding.
No, you're hoarding. Yes, you are.
I'm hoarding
So-
my persistent bennies.
Like I said, June 11th, we'll be starting off with Ghosts of Saltmarsh, which will then roll into the new long-term Greyhawk campaign. Like I said, that will be on Tuesday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern time. So get ready for that, and hopefully those, if you enjoy that, will come and check that out as well. We do have a new cast member that will be in Ghosts of Saltmarsh. So it's not just the same old fellers from Bandits. We'll have some new blood in that as well. So also, if you enjoy what we do here, we do have, I guess I should say this. We do have coming up in the near future, it's looking like we're going to have the Akdoom Cthulhu's going to be happening sometime here in the near future on Saturday afternoons. It'll be a nice short limited series for basically 4 sessions. See how well that does. If you enjoy what we're doing, if you enjoy this show, you can go down below. There is a link to the Wicked Studios LLC Discord channel. You can go in there. On the Wicked Studios LLC Facebook page, currently, it eventually will have stuff back over on Adam PL where all the other videos are. But Adam's doing, he's wrapping up Super and whatnot, and I don't want people to wait for too long. So we've got some of the session 0 and the first 2 episodes of Tales of Savage Land is on the Wicked Studios LLC YouTube channel currently.
Episode 3 coming soon as well.
Soon,
I'll say.
yes, and we'll get that caught up as soon as we can. And if you want to show support, you can always donate down below if you like, or you can buy one of the T-shirts. And the Tales of Savage Land has a T-shirt. Finally, we've got the first
I
one
also
down
noticed
there.
when I click on it that you can also get stickers, hoodies.
Oh, that's
coffee
true.
mugs.
Yes, that's true. I totally missed. Thank you for
I mean,
bringing that up.
that link is pretty cool. I might get myself a coffee mug. with
Hell
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Actually, you know what? Now that you mention that, I should get me, besides just a Wicked Studios coffee mug, I would love to have a Tails. Because that's such a cool picture. That's
I think
It
I
is
would
really
too.
Cool.
yeah, that is.
I
Really
think that
cool.
might be where I'm headed.
Yeah. Thank you for that, Uncle Tony. I
Good
appreciate it.
idea.
I just noticed it.
Yeah. And as well, there are, if you want to join over, we have, if you're a Facebook kind of person, Tales of Savage Land has its own Facebook page, as does the Wicked Studios LLC, as does Greyhawk Adventures. Greyhawk Adventures has a link. I don't know if I put the Savage Tales Facebook link down below. I'll have to change that if I didn't. But anyway, plenty of different ways for you to show support and what have you. And again, thank you very much for tuning in. And if you know anybody who likes this sort of stuff, please let them know. We will have, as soon as we get all the videos up and uploaded, we will then be rolling out the Tales of Savage Land podcasts. So then you'll be able to catch up on everything in podcast as well. So that is coming in the near future as well. So I guess that's about it. So if everybody else want to say
Discord server.
did I not do that? Okay, down below is the link as well to the Wicked Studios LLC Discord server,
And I put it in the chat too.
and you can pop in
So there
there
you go.
anytime you want, and it's Wicked Studios LLC there. And you can talk to us and give us a shout and tell us what you like. Tell us what what I do wrong, and all that good stuff. So, but that's about it. So again, thank you all for tuning in. Have a good evening. Peace out.
Thank you. Good night.
Goodbye.